Cup Championship between the St. John Flames and the Wilkes-Barre Penguins. David DeLine along with Steve Ryan, and Steve, the station's rocking tonight.
Never heard it this loud, David, even back in '98 when the Philadelphia Phantoms were in here for games 3, 4, and 5. It wasn't anywhere near this loud. It's an absolute madhouse here tonight.
It's going to be a good one, folks, as the St. John Flames have their first opportunity to clinch the Calder Cup, and what a better time to do it than back on Canadian soil for Game 6. We're going to take it up to Andy Campbell in the booth for first period action.
In the early 1970s, there was a Hardy Cup Championship. In the 1990s, there was an Allen Cup Championship for St. John to celebrate. Tonight, in 2001, is there a Calder Cup Championship to celebrate? We're about to find out. Game number 6 is underway. And the Flames controlling that opening draw, moving the puck into Penguins territory. It comes back out over the blue line. Dennis Bondy steers it ahead. Chris Clark intercepts at the red line. His forward pass knocked down by Brendan Buckley. And the Penguins crash inside the Flame zone. Out of that far corner, Bondy getting a shot off in front, but it rolls off the side of the net. Marty Murray takes it to center ice. Murray in over the blue line, and that's whistled offside with Jason Botterill about a half a step ahead on the far side of the ice. And 28 seconds in, some of these folks remain on their feet. There's a tradition here that has developed somewhat. I think everybody's still cheering somewhat, but staying on your feet is kind of tough when there's 6,500 others trying to get a glimpse.
We'll go from there.
It's off in the neutral zone, won by the Penguins. In his own zone, it's the defenseman Trent Cull. From the cross ice pass was knocked down by Steve Bejan. Didn't get to Eric Meloche. They tie up on the far board. Shot on net by the Penguins. Ryan Kraft with the shot as Meloche carried that puck in on the bounce. Martin Brochu able to make the first save of the hockey game.
One would have to think, Andy, that both teams will maybe try to feel each other out a little bit here tonight. A lot of pressure, really, on the shoulders of the St. John Flames here tonight with the big crowd at home, the largest crowd ever to see a hockey game inside this building. Tonight, they're saying that if it's capped off at 6,500, we'll see once the official count comes through, because high energy in the stands, might want to take some of that energy and bring it to the Penguins early if they could.
Another face-off, this one inside the Flame zone. Daniel Tkachuk, Milan Kraft inside the area to the left of Martin Brochu. Puck is down, Kraft wins the draw back to Andrew Ference. Into the middle, his shot, Brochu down, and he'll hold on to that one. And both Tkachuk and Kraft go down on the play, and as Daniel Tkachuk gets to his knees at least, giving Milan Kraft a bit of a playful, almost loving tap.
Not even a minute into the first period here tonight. St. John has lost 2 faceoffs already. They did a good job in Scranton in that department there so far tonight after a couple of drops. They're 0 for 2.
Well, here's the strategy playing out as referee Stéphane Auger forces a couple of Penguins back off the bench. The St. John Flames are entitled to last change here. Jim Playfair makes up his change. Penguins looking to make a move over their bench as well, but Stéphane Auger will not let that happen. So Blair Benson, Milan Kraft will tie up in that face-off circle to the left of Brochu. Puck is down, and that's tied up at the center dot there in that face-off circle. And behind now, Steve Monador moves it for Betts. Send it up the near side wing for Rico Fathead. Rolls by him into the neutral zone. Trent Cull moving back inside Pittsburgh. Check that Wilkes-Barre territory. Well, bouncing puck inside the Penguin zone. Come to the blue line. Held in by Monador. It's rolled into the middle. Meloche has it on the far side for Wilkes-Barre. Up through the middle. The pass is tipped by the Flames, and Monador will chase to the far corner. Along that far side boards at the blue line. Held in by Ference. They get it forward down that far side boards. Meloche now poking it into the corner. Picked up there by Darryl Scoville. Move in behind Martin Brochu. Watch it quietly by Milan Kraft. Now from the near side. Scoville ahead for Fata. Brings wide for Dave Roach down the far boards, but he can't get around Andrew Ference. Roach follows to the ice. Still working for that puck. Now on the near side, Toby Peterson out of the corner. Wilkes-Barre comes ahead. Lead pass. Meloche can't get a handle on it. Got the Flames blue line, and Mickey DuPont sends it ahead. Varlamov looking for Daniel Tkachuk, cruising at the blue line, but it bounces off Tkachuk's stick. Now at the blue line, held in. Rick Mrozik, a shot loose to the far corner. Beijing looking in front. Varlamov misses on the one-timer. DuPont at the blue line. Shooting loose in front. Goes to the side. And Joseph Melikar steers it away. Held in at the blue line by Mrozik. Worked it near corner. Beijing dropping it down low. Kachuk. It'll roll in behind the net. Melikar will send it far side for Tom Kostopoulos. It'll get past him and Rick Mrozik and roll into the neutral zone. DuPont banks it off the boards. Varlamov at the blue line. Fakes the shot. Sends the puck ahead off a leg and bounces back into the neutral zone. Walzer at his own blue line. Derek Walzer sends it near side. Mike Martin has it. And he'll work it forward up the near side boards. It'll roll into Wilkes-Barre territory. Picked up by Melikar. He'll move in behind Perrant. Then the puck far side for Roosevelt. Roosevelt looks ahead, crosses his own blue line, sends the puck to the red line, and Alexander Zavakin couldn't control it, but he will dump it in after gaining control. Now Jason Botterill on the far side board. He'll flip it out of the Flame zone. Puck in the neutral area. Chris Kelleher ahead to Zavakin. Zavakin sends it to the far side of the ice, chased by Jason McDonald. Derek Walzer gets to the puck first, and he'll play it around in that far corner. Dipsy doodling away from McDonald, and now sends the puck into the neutral zone. Maybe looking for Marty Murray, but Murray wasn't looking down. Walzer gets it back at his own blue line, tipped away by Dylan Geary. Rolls into the Flames corner. They'll cycle it around near side. Chris Clark pumps there. Picked up. Marty Murray's got a man with him. Botterill and Murray cross the blue line. Botterill's come away from the play. Rico Fata cruising through the slot, knocked down in front by Chris Kelleher. That Marty Murray centering shot, and the Penguins forced to dump it out. It's off a skate of a Flame, so they've waved off the icing already. Darryl Scoville to it first, sends it up on the far board for Roach. Roach pushes it out over the blue line. On the far side, Darcy Verreau takes a bit of a bump from Blair Betts. That draws some cheers from the crowd here. And now Rico Fata forced back inside his own zone. He'll bank it off the far boards and out of Flames territory. Andrew Ferentz racing back inside the Wilkes-Barre zone to pick that puck up. He moves right in behind Rich Perrant. Blair Betts watching this from inside the Wilkes-Barre zone as well. Now Ferentz, lead pass for Verreau. Verreau had it tipped away momentarily, but Dennis Bonvie comes in, scoops that up, sends it deep into Flames territory. Monador moves in behind, turned over in the corner, off the side of the net, Dennis Bonvie. Now they try to work it out front. Darryl Scoville takes it in behind. He feeds Roach, and Roach leaves the pressure, dumping the length of the ice. Rich Perrant had to get down on top of that one, as that was right on the Wilkes-Barre net. Here's Dennis Bonvie at the blue line of the St. John Flames. He fires it in. Flames looking to get something going here, so they put out that energy line. Dowell and Royer with Jason Morgan. Flames give it up in the neutral zone. Eric Meloche trying to go around Mrozik. A shot, and Brochu makes a safe rebound. And whoever that was, stand on it. Kraft and the defenseman, no, it's Jason Morgan tied up in the Flame zone, and now a long shot in on Rich Perrant. He has to cover that up with both Gaetan Royer and Doug Dowell charging into Wilkes-Barre territory.
Well, a long time without a whistle there. We went a good 3 minutes and a half without a whistle. Back and forth action, really not very good scoring opportunities, but a couple of long dump-ins on Rich Perrant. Seems like he had a little bit of a problem with both of them. Martin Brochu on the other end makes a couple of big saves early on in this hockey game, not even 5 minutes in yet.
15-19, as a matter of fact, the time remaining in period number 1. No score. St. John Flames and the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. Game 6 of the AHL's Championship Series. They're fighting for the Calder Cup. You're listening to it here on Home Hardcore Flames Hockey on Treasury 94. My name's Andy Campbell. Chris Barton along for the ride as well tonight. We're very appreciative of that. We're very appreciative of your patronage. Hope you're enjoying the show to this point. Face-off inside the Wilkes-Barre zone. Verreau and Marty Murray. And the Flames able to tie that up. They work to the blue line. Mike Martin will skate it into the middle. Backhand toward the net. It's off a skate. And it floats to the far corner. Melikar able to tip it up the far boards. Murray trying to leave it. He was tied up by Verreau. Regains control. Throws it in front off the side of the net and in behind. Martin on the near boards. They'll cycle it down low. Murray in behind. Skates away from Melikar into the far corner. Checked off the puck. Darcy Verreau will skate to it. Move it up along the far side boards for Meloche. Eric Meloche sends a pass ahead from Michael Roosevelt. That's rolled down into Flames territory, and Mike Martin touches up, and that'll be icing against the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. 14:48 the time remaining in period number 1. No score, Flames and Penguins.
Well, Chris Clark, assistant captain, number 7 of the St. John Flames, goes out there, has a good shift, banging the bodies as we've become accustomed to in this series and all throughout the playoffs. That's a pretty good reason right there. His whole complete game that Chris Clark brings to the ice every night. Very good indication. We don't want to jinx the kid, but that's why he's going to be in the National Hockey League next year.
We have played 5 minutes and 12 seconds of this first period of Game 6 of the Calder Cup Final. St. John hockey history on the line here tonight, maybe, depending on the outcome. No score, Flames and Penguins early in the first. Face-off inside Wilkes-Barre territory. Ryan Kraft, Andrew Kachuk Penguins control off the draw. They'll skate it to their blue line. Martin Sonnenberg down the near sideboard, comes to the red line, throws the puck into the St. John zone. Fighting in behind the net of Martin Brochu. Steve Monador comes up with it, tries to send it ahead. Beja had some trouble on the far boards there. Now he'll send it out through the middle. Chris Kelleher tracks it down at the red line, floats back across his own blue line, now moves it ahead for Crozier. Greg Crozier lead pass intercepted by Steve Bejan. They drop it at the blue line. Penguins pick it up though on the far side boards. Bejan will get it back, try to move it off the boards, bouncing right in front of the Flames net. Bejan following it to the near side. This time he'll lift it high, up over the red line. Brendan Buckley checks away Daniel Tkachuk. That could have been considered interference. Now a couple of line pass that might have been tipped by Buckley ahead to Tom Kostopoulos. They fight for it at the Flames blue line. Comes back to the red line. Kelleher for the Penguins. He throws it into the far corner. Mrozic skating to it. Penguins making some changes. Now Dave Roach up over the red line. Can't get around Ferentz a second time. Scooting down the far side boards. It's Blair Betts. He'll work the puck in behind to the near side corner now. He takes a bit of a hit. Puck rolls up the near side. Fata trying to turn it into the middle. He's dumped. Rolls into the near side corner. That's where Ferentz finds it. Works it in behind one more time. Cull now. Off the near side boards to the blue line. They do work it out. Jason McDonald carries it in. Penguins 2-on-1. McDonald throws it, the only man back. DuPont tipping the pass to Ferentz on the far side. In getting back, Mickey DuPont saves the day there. Brett Carl in the neutral zone. Now DuPont has the puck at the red line, and he'll fire it into the Penguin zone. Knocked down by Ferentz. It'll roll in behind Rich Perron. Andrew Ferentz will wait. Now he'll start out. Watched by Jason Morgan. Darcy Breaux takes a pass at the far side board. He's almost leveled by Doug Dowell. They come outside of the blue line, and Dowell finds the puck there and dumps it back in for the Flames. Now a long lead pass for Alexander Mathieu. Off his stick, it'll roll over the goal line, and in behind Martin Brochu, Derek Walser touches up. That's icing against the Penguins. The Flames have some pressure on the Penguins. Nothing is paid off yet. No score. First period, Flames and Penguins, 12:55 to play. This is Game 6 of the Calder Cup Final. You're listening to it on Home Hardware Flames Hockey on Country 94. Harbor Station. The largest crowd ever to fill this building to watch a hockey game is on hand. Chris, you made note of it just prior to the opening face-off, and there are still probably 100 seats empty in this arena. Some large portions of the blue seats in the lower bowl and a couple of green seats here and there. Isn't that unbelievable?
Well, Andy, also, I remember when I was a season ticket holder, a lot of times where a few friends of mine would rather stand. Okay, so that means make up an account. Obviously, the tickets are sold, so the body shouldn't have built.
Face off inside Penguin zone. Flames had it for a moment. Now Melchior works it up the far side board. Barreau dropped to the ice by Doug Dowell on a big hip check. Loose at the red line. Penguins pick it up. They can't get it very far. Jason Morgan pokes it away and then drops Barreau for a second time. Darcy Barreau has been de-helmeted. Puck into the Flame zone. And Martin Brochu crashing with Alexander Mathieu. Now a couple of Flames come together and fall at center ice. That was Morgan and Gaetan Roy, a little too anxious there. Here comes Derek Walser leading a charge over the blue line. And Blair Betts offside on the near side as the whistle sounds. Walser going a little bit too far to the far side of the ice before cutting across the blue line. And the Flames are whistled on the offside. 12:19 left in this first period. No score. Wilkes-Barre and St. John's.
Well, I'll tell you, Darcy Barreau was awful lucky before the whistle there at the end of the commercial, where he just fell down at the right time before Dugdale smashed him. Dugdale smashed him there. Wow, he's not going to be able to take much more of them. They're big hits, is he?
No, he's not. Face off in the neutral zone, controlled by the Flames. They'll dump it into the Penguin zone. On the near side boards, Kraft comes to it. He'll work it ahead at the red line. Picked up by Brendan Buckley. The defenseman rushing in, gets a shot off. It's at the side of the net. Martin Brochu has it in behind his blocker there. Has to kind of look down and figure out exactly where it is. He's got the pad squarely up against the post there. He's not too concerned that it's going to get in behind, but a little bit of an awkward situation there for Brochu.
Well, there's the ones you get paid to stop the puck there, and a little easy, a little awkward there, and does a little best Dominic Passick impersonation, grabs it with the blocker to get the whistle. The crowd here, as the fan meter comes up here, the noise meter, trying to get into it here. Get loud, people. Let's go.
Face off inside the Flame zone. Murray and Kraft. Kraft wins it back to Kelleher on the blue line. Shot steered toward the Flames net. Joel Scoville will take it away. And they'll move it up over the Wilkes-Barre blue line. Kelleher being chased by Chris Clark. Now they'll move it up in the near side boards. It'll bounce over the blue line, away from Milan Kraft, picked up by Steve Montador. He gives it right to Eric Malash. Fortunately, the Penguins couldn't get anything going over the Flames blue line. Now Peterson sends it rink wide for Malash in the neutral zone. Malash up through the middle. Kraft was sneaking in behind the defense. Marty Murray intercepted. Now the Flames across the blue line. Jason Botterill with a shot. That's just wide. To Peterson on the near side boards to Kraft up over the blue line. He'll send it cross ice. Buckley can't find it. He rides Darryl Scoville into the boards. Scoville has dumped the puck into the St. John end. And now in behind the play, Buckley upended by Darryl Scoville. And as soon as Scoville gets to the bench, Jim Playfair with an earful for Darryl Scoville. Fortunately for both Playfair and Scoville, referee Stefan Auger did not see what had gone on.
Well, that should have been a 2-minute holding, penalty hold for the stick, as Darryl Scoville just took it right out of his hands and threw it a good 20 feet down the ice. And Buckley has a good right to be mad about that non-call there, but Coach Glenn Patrick there is pretty quiet. He's not really saying much, but as you would point out, Andy, Jim Playfair had plenty to say Darryl Scoville about that there.
11:18 to go first period, no score. Flames and Penguins. Stop inside the St. John zone, controlled by the Flames. To work it near side for Sergei Varlamov. They'll lift it high up over the blue line. It'll bounce at the red line. Daniel Tkachuk and Steve Bejan fighting for it. Kostopoulos and Cullen there for the Penguins. They'll bat it back towards Mickey Dupont. Dupont can't control it. Able to work it forward just barely. Cull comes up with it. Bounced off the puck by Tkachuk. Now Greg Crozier drives over Steve Bejan from behind. Flames will float it in on Rich Perron. He'll push it in behind for Ferentz. Ferentz up on the near side. And a penalty call being made here. An elbowing call going to go the way of Greg Crozier. It looks like 44 Trent Cull.
Well, Trent Cull and Steve Bejan had quite the battle going on in that shift, Andy. It all started in front of the Penguin bench. They rammed each other hard. A couple of punches to the head by Trent Cull. And then finally, Steve Bejan on the heavy forecheck, but on the back of Trent Cull, and he gave him the elbows. Did not go unnoticed by Stefan Auger.
So with 9 minutes and 15 seconds gone in this first period, the first power play of the game will go to the Flames. On the power play in the playoffs, the Flames 30% effective, 27 goals on 90 opportunities. The only team better than the Flames in the playoffs to this point have been the Syracuse Crunch, who were eliminated by these Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins, who worked at 30.4% effective. Derek Walzer off the draw on the blue line, cycles it back towards Marty Murray. He'll go deep for Varlamov. Back on the near boards, Murray. He'll look across the blue line, try to get it to Walzer. Walzer has the puck, get outside. No, they rule it in. Held at the blue line, Murray. In the near corner, Varlamov looks out to the center, sends it back to the blue line, Walzer. Walzer to Murray. This all happening right along the near side boards, and Toby Peterson doing a pretty good job of tying both of them up. He'll force the puck into the neutral zone. Walzer has to skate back across the St. John blue line. Walzer now leads the pass for Marty Murray. They're in over the blue line once again on the far side. Murray, his shot deflected, will roll in behind the net. Belikar dumped there. Varlamov out of the near corner. Back to Walzer on the blue line. He skates into the middle, feeds Scoville far side. Walzer back on the blue line. Varlamov on the near side. Lots of room to shoot. Back to Walzer on the blue line. Walzer around Tom Kostopoulos, shooting loose at the side of the net. They poke at it. Rich Perron has it underneath him. It rolls out after the whistle goes. But the Flames maybe looking one too many times to make the pass or the better shot.
Well, finally a shot was put on Rich Perron, and he continues to struggle with the puck here so far tonight, albeit it did hit a couple of bodies, but early on in the power play, Andy, really St. John, Marty Murray, and Derek Walzer really got themselves too close to the boards. Really couldn't maneuver very well. Good job by the Penguin penalty killers, really. forcing it, and eventually the puck went out, and St. John had to regroup, and there came the shot, and once they regrouped.
No score in the first period, 9:52 to play, 1:06 to go, and the Flames man advantage. Face off inside the Wilkes-Barre zone. Kraft and Tkachuk fight for that puck on the draw. Tkachuk wins it back to DuPont. They work it down the far side boards. Into the corner now. Chris Clark has it rolled away from him, and Andrew Ferentz will play it up the near side. Mathieu in the far corner sends it back in behind Rich Perrott. Ferentz gets to it, tries to throw it up through the middle. Kraft can't do much with it on the far boards. He does manage to get it out over the blue line. Steve Bégin turns it back at the red line and works back inside the Wilkes-Barre zone. Around Melikar, but Melikar will ride him into the boards. Chris Clark trying to send the puck back to Mickey DuPont on the blue line, picked up by the Penguins. Now they come ahead. Ryan Kraft, and DuPont will play the body, send Kraft into the far corner. He'll roll the puck in behind, tried to roll it out front. That was Eric Malash. Now Kraft in the far corner, centering, and it's tipped out front by Martin Brochu. It'll roll into the neutral zone. And now Brendan Buckley sends it back inside St. John territory, but his mates would get to gain the blue line, and that's an intentional offside, and that face-off will come back inside the Wilkes-Barre zone with 22 seconds left in the man advantage.
Well, this is a huge break for the St. John Flames here, Andy, because they were struggling in that last 30 seconds or so of the power play. Couldn't come out of their own zone with it. A couple of turnovers, and the Penguins just not making a very bright move at all by the intensity offside.
9:08 to go in the first period. We've yet to see a goal in this hockey game. Flames on the first power play of the evening. 22 seconds left in that. Trent fell off for elbowing Steve Bégin. Face off to the left of Rich Perrott. Marty Murray. Maybe Peterson steers that puck away from Murray. Brendan Buckley will scoot it up the far side boards, and it'll roll down into the St. John zone. Brochu handles that in behind the Flames net. Goes it for Derek Walzer. He's up across the blue line. Passes to Mike Martin. Martin wheels that puck off the end boards. It'll get to Murray on the far side. In behind now. Roach can't get to it. Martin on the blue line. Holds it at the blue line. Sends it deep into the near side corner. Penguins back at full strength. Flames 0 for 1 on the power play. They tie it up in the near side corner. It'll squirt free. And Peterson will send it into the middle for Trent Cull. He throws it to the red line. Jason McDonald couldn't find it. Toby Peterson does. And he sends it deep into the St. John zone. Derek Walzer from behind Brochu. He pass up off the far boards for Jason Botterill. Botterill just leaving it for Blair Betts. Now Rico Fata quickly into that far side corner inside the Wilkes-Barre zone. Botterill now in behind. Watched by Roosevelt. He'll go back into the far corner. Muscling all the way. Now a hit by Darcy Verreau. Doesn't put Botterill off the puck. He'll leave it on the boards for Fata. Betts comes in to help things out. Puck rolls into the middle. Betts couldn't take it with him. Now into the corner. Melikar and Fata go there for the puck, and Verreau comes in to help out. Oh, a big high stick on Jason Botterill. He goes down quickly. And the play whistled down. Stefan Auger not about to get an arm up there, but Jason Botterill has taken a stick, whether it be one of the Penguin sticks or one of the Flame sticks. And as Brian Miller gets to the ice and goes to put pressure to that wound of Jason Botterill, he's skating to the bench. A bit of a reaction there in terms of pain.
Well, St. John's had their fair share of the high sticks to the face in the playoffs, especially in this series here. Just ask Steve Bégin. Once again, Jason Botterill, yet another St. John Flame that ends up eating some lumber there. You couldn't tell if it was one of the St. John guys or a Penguin guy, but nonetheless, there's no penalty call.
7:46 to go in the first period. We've got no score between the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins and the St. John Flames. Game 6 of the Calder Cup Final is here on Home Hardware Flames Hockey on Country.
Back in 1972, that was correct. Let's have a hand for James.
Station. Andy Campbell and Chris Barton here with you. 7:46 to go. First period, no score. Flames and Penguins. Daryl Scoville sends the puck deep in on Rich Perrott. He plays that to the near side boards. They try and get it out to the Penguins, but that's off the glass just to the side of the Wilkes-Barre net. Net of play. 7:39 now left in period number 1.
Well, since we've got a little bit of a slow period of time here, I just want to say hello to one of the biggest Flames fans that you'll know out there in St. John. Dorothy Collins, who had surgery today and unfortunately could not be here tonight to watch the game. We know she's home resting, watching the game, listening. Just a big hello to you, Dorothy.
Appreciate the fact that she's listening. Wish she could be here. Game's been slow, but I'm sure it will pick up. Face off inside. Dave Roach with a shot. He turns it toward Rich Perrant. Perrant was quick to play that one. Knocked it down and it rolled in front of him. The Penguins tried to clear, but the Flames hold it in. Now up the near side boards, Joseph Melikar. And to push that puck down into the St. John end. Scoville skating to it. Whistle. I didn't think Darryl Scoville got to the red line, or the goal line, but that will be whistled down on the high stick. Speaking of hellos, a gentleman come up to me on the concourse here today, making my way around through the crowd here today. Wanted me to say a hi to you, Chris Barton, an old teacher of yours, Walkie Fulton.
Oh, really?
You tell that Chris Barton hello from me.
Well, let me tell you, that's quite a few years ago, Andy. Oh, my goodness, that's like back in the days of Prince Charles Elementary School. And that's like when I was, what, 8 years old, maybe?
That's
like 22 years ago. I wish it was 10 years ago, but that's about 22 years ago. Mr. Fulton used to have this great gig where he'd sit there with the paper up and think he was reading the paper so everybody could cheat in the test, but no. He had the old whole bagged out of the paper there so he could see what was going on.
Action back underway inside the St. John zone. Sorry to cut you off there, Chris Barton. Little roll to the blue line where it's taken out of the zone by Steve Bejan. He'll send a pass up in the neutral zone for Daniel Tkachuk. Tkachuk taps it down into the Penguins end of the ice. The Penguins come up with it now on the far side boards. Jason McDonald checked off the puck. Dylan Geary fires it into the Flame zone. You see DuPont races to the far corner. Up the far side boards ahead to Bejan. Past him. It's into the neutral zone. Here's Alexander Zavakin. He's almost leveled. Jason McDonald pushes that puck inside the St. John zone once again. Over the far corner. Sergei Varlamov. Far side boards. He lifts it up over a couple of heads. Trent Cull racing back inside the Wilkes-Barre zone, and that'll be icing against the St. John Flames with 6:42 to go in this first period. We talked about the pressure that the St. John Flames are under this evening. Well, what about the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins? They've got pressure of their own. They need a win to just stay alive here, and I think the pressure is evident with most of these clubs. Both of these clubs through the first almost 14 minutes looking a little tentative.
Well, as you said early on in the game, I didn't think it would take 14 minutes of a hockey game to feel each other out, but you knew they were going to feel each other, even though this is the 6th game of the series. Just one little mistake on the Penguins' part, and their season could be over. Meanwhile, St. John would have another opportunity, but they don't want that opportunity. They don't want no mistakes. They want to end it tonight, just as long as everybody else in the building.
6:40 to go in the first. They fight for it at the blue line. Wilkes-Barre able to move it inside the Flame zone just momentarily now. St. John comes to the neutral zone. Jason Botterill drives the puck in. It'll roll in behind. The net of Rich Perrant. Marty Murray trying to center to Derek Walzer on the blue line. That was way past him, and Rich Perrant was somewhat out of position. Perrant off the far boards. Check that Walzer. Now Murray inside the Wilkes-Barre zone. Puts the brakes on. Lets Kraft skate right by. Into the middle looking for a pinching Mike Martin. And that puck bounces high and up out of play on the near side, getting over the glass with 6:12 to go in the first period.
Now in that little shift there, and that shift of play, St. John tries to look like they open it up a little bit. Marty Murray trying to find a couple of streaking D-men coming down. The last time Mike Martin is just a flex off his stick. Maybe they're just going to say, let's go for it and see if we can't get the lead, because in this series the lead has been so big. Outside of Game 5, the team that scores first has won every game in this series. So the jump is early means a lot.
Face off inside the Wilkes-Barre zone. Jason McDonald. Check that Jason Morgan and Darcy Verreau. Jason's mixed up here. There's a couple of them on the ice tonight here. Darryl Scoville on the blue line. He'll throw it towards the net. Knocked down by Doug Dowell. And Dowell couldn't do anything with the rebound. Roosevelt rides him into the boards. Royer picks up that puck. He and Verreau fight for it on the far side boards. With a roll to the blue line. Scoville able to tap it down to Dowell. Dowell will move it into the corner. Royer will chase, trying to send it out front. Morgan turns it toward the net, off the side of the net. Royer in from in behind. They bang away at it, and Roosevelt gets it in the far corner. Penguins clear to the neutral zone. Scoville picks it up, and right back into the Penguin zone come the Flames. And fans get into this one as they see the Flames applying pressure deep in the Penguin zone. Alexander Mathieu had to fight off Gaetan Roy. Couldn't do much with the puck. On the far side, Dennis Bonvie. Antigonish, Nova Scotia native, throws it ahead, knocked down by Fata. Fata with some trouble, but he'll work it out eventually. It'll float to Ferentz at the blue line of the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. And Alexander Mathieu, incensed that he is going to the penalty box, a holding call. He had a good hand wrapped all over Rico Fata.
Well, with some of the stuff that's been let go so far tonight, Andy, I guess you could put that one there in the questionable category. But obviously St. John's going to take that power play and run with it and hopefully get a little bit better work done on the power play than the last opportunity.
Well, there was some word floating around the rink here today that the broadcast, TVNB and Rogers, would be going right through the Maritimes. So if you're watching this broadcast in Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, we say good evening and thanks for tuning in. My name is Andy Campbell, and Chris Barton is our color man extraordinaire here tonight. We've got 5:20 to go in the first period. No score between the St. John Flames and the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. They're fighting for the Calder Cup. We'll take a break and be back. This is Home Hardware Flames Hockey on Country 94. Back to Harbor Station. Andy Campbell and Chris Barton here with you. 5:15 to go first period. No score. Penguins and Flames. Flames on their second power play of this first period. Sergei Varlamov in the near corner. Floats it to Dave Rochin behind. Marty Murray. Now the Walzer on the blue line. Derek Walzer will leave it for Murray. Into the middle. Down low for Varlamov with a one-timer off the side of the net. Another chance off the side of the net. Rochin behind now. Cole falls to the ice. Now Varlamov out of the corner. He'll play it back to the blue line, and Derek Walzer. His shot knocked down in front, and Marty Murray was just not in position to get to that rebound as it came to the half-fourth. Varlamov back to Walzer. Big shot. It's through wide. Varlamov one more time. He'll try and push it down in the corner. Tom Kostopoulos is there to help the Penguins work it back into the neutral zone, but quickly back come the Flames. Darryl Scoville leading third. In front, Marty Murray comes back out from the wraparound position. Keeps Derek Walzer on the blue line. Scoville down low, back to Walzer on the blue line. Fired, rolls just wide. Ferentz sends it up the near side, held in by Sergei Varlamov. McDonald, though, for the Penguins, will send it up to the red line. It'll roll into St. John territory. The Penguins can change up their killers. The Flames change up their power play units. Darryl Scoville, though, James the red line. Steve Bejant down the near side board. His shot might have gotten off the stick of Chris Kelleher. That one rocketed out of play in a hurry. 4:04 to go in this first period. No score. Flames and Penguins, and 43 seconds remaining in the Flames' man advantage.
Well, that power play looks very effective up here, Andy, as the puck moves back and forth, quick, hard passes. But where are they going with the shots? Not a shot was on net in any of those drives. They all go wide. You have to get the puck on net. You know, just little things, little adjustments that have to be made, but they sure look good passing it around out there. It's just too bad that the shots aren't on net right now.
4:04 the time remaining in the first 20-minute segment of this hockey game. Face-off coming up inside the Wilkes-Barre zone. Daniel Tkachuk and Toby Peterson line up to the left of Rich Perron. Peterson wins that draw. Kelleher and Bejant tie up in the near corner. Now Tkachuk takes over. He moves it in behind for Clark. Back into the corner. Tkachuk to the blue line and Monador. Monador back to Tkachuk. It'll roll past him, and Kelleher will dump it the length of the ice. Steve Monador moving back inside the St. John Flames zone. Now they'll come ahead. Monador tried to play it to the far side of the ice, but Wilkes-Barre blocked that. Now a second chance, and Daniel Tkachuk will carry them over the blue line. And he lifts that puck up over the glass on the far side, out of play with 13 seconds remaining in their man advantage. Alexander Mathieu, the former Halifax Moosehead, already on his feet in the penalty box. Wait 13 more seconds before emerging.
Well, as you had said, Andy, as you had thought, yes, this game is going there time-wide. Prince Edward Island, Nova Scotia. Those people in Halifax would know a couple of these hockey players here, obviously, tonight, as you said, Alexander Mathieu being one of them. Jason McDonald for you folks in the island. Hope you're enjoying.
Dennis Bonvy from Antigonish is involved here as well. Flames dump it in, the roll to the far side corner. Botterill now Monador pinching down from the blue line. Jason Botterill in the far corner, watched by Andrew Ferentz. Mathieu skates back out onto the ice as Milan Kraft moves the puck at the blue line. Mickey Dupont shot, bouncing puck in the crease, and Ferentz seemed to get a glove on it. Now in behind, Botterill. He's got Fata out front. Cull takes the puck away in behind, skates to the far corner, moves it up that far side board. Mathieu and Betts crash there. Fata at the blue line. Kraft right on top of him, got a shot away. Eric Meloche couldn't do much with it. Dupont holds it in. Another shot off the leg of Blair Betts into the near corner. Betts centering. Who's going to get to it first? Morozic, a blast! And Perron able to get a piece of that one and send it up over the net off the end boards. It'll bounce into that far corner. Botterill, Morozic, and Mathieu tie up. Trying to tie that up is Alexander Mathieu. It'll roll to Morozic. He'll send it into Botterill in the corner. Then Ferentz. Somebody got a stick on it there, and that one gets up over the glass and out of play with 2:34 the time remaining in period number 1. Flames and Penguins are scoreless to this point.
You want to see an NHL defenseman, folks, if you're here tonight, you watch number 5 from the Penguins, Andrew Ferentz. Spent the majority of his season in the National Hockey League with the parent Penguins in Pittsburgh. This kid here is a heck of a hockey player, and he just gets everything done in all aspects when it comes to defensive play. He scored a beauty of a goal in Game 5 the other night. He is the total package, that fella.
Face-off inside the Wilkes-Barre zone. Darcy Breaux and Jason Morgan tying up. Breaux able to pull that back with Joseph Melikar. Melikar up on the near side for Alexander Zavakin. Doug Dowell jumps right on top of him. Penguins cleared into the neutral zone. Breaux will bank it off the near side boards. It'll float in behind Rochu. Morozic drops it for Martin. Martin couldn't come up with it. Send it around far side. And now Morozic moves it ahead for Doug Dowell. Dowell to Jason Morgan. Morgan will flip it in. Roy is going to chase to the near corner. He's worked over by Melikar, trying to move it out front for Doug Dowell. And will roll right by Dowell and Dennis Bonvie. Bonvie, they work it into the neutral zone. Michael Roosevelt batting at a bouncing puck with Steve Monador. Monador comes up with it after Roosevelt skates away and sends it into the Wilkes-Barre Scranton zone. Now Roosevelt comes ahead. His dump in pass knocked down by Monador. He'll play it back to the red line, and Chris Kelleher has it there. Kelleher head to Martin Sonnenberg. His pass into the middle, intercepted. Scoble skates it into the Wilkes-Barre zone, bouncing puck. Things are not offside, amazingly enough, and the Penguins play it up over the red line one more time. And Monador finds it, rolls it in on Perron. Roosevelt in behind. Been tripped up by Clark. Clark centering. Sonnenberg the only one there. He wears the uniform of a Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguin. And now in behind the play, the referee Stefan Auger going to send Chris Clark to the penalty box, something to even things up here as the Flames have had the first 2 power plays of this hockey game.
Well, she was a little late on that call, or he was a little late on that call. You had said hauls him down behind the net, and the arm didn't come up, and then all of a sudden the fans must have liked that there was going to be no call, and all of a sudden there is a call. Now, not short-handed for the first time this evening.
Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins, 24.1% effective on the power play, 27 power play goals on 111 opportunities in these playoffs. Flames on the penalty kill off about 81% of the penalties, so 4 in 5. Not a bad kill ratio for the Flames, and they start out by sending the puck deep into the Wilkes-Barre zone. Andrew Ferentz now as the clock ticking with about 1:07 here to go in this opening frame. No score, Penguins and Flames. There's Ferentz to the red line. They'll drive it in. It'll bounce at the blue line. It's off the leg of someone. Ferentz has to collect it back up. Now a drive in as the last minute of play is commenced. Dump at the length of the ice. Rich Perron leaves it in behind for Ferentz. Ferentz brings the Penguins forward. They work over the St. John blue line. They tip back. Ferentz has to play it at the red line. They'll do something with it quickly. Jason Botterill closing down on him. Kelleher, he'll give it away. Marty Murray in over the blue line on the giveaway by the Penguins, and Kelleher and Marty Murray fighting for it in that corner. Kelleher able to pull it away. Toby Peterson, fine young rookie for the Penguins, brings his team to the red line. He'll dump the puck into the St. John zone. Murray first to it. The near side. Penguin in the net. Cambo Shoe has some company there. And the Flames roll at the length of the ice one more time. Less than 10 seconds to go in the period. A penalty coming up in behind the play, and it's going to go the way of the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. Marty Murray was on the ice in the Flame zone as that play moved forward. Stefan Auger, quick with that arm to get up and flashing the call, and Toby Peterson spoke about him being a fine young rookie. He makes a rookie mistake there, giving up what remains of the Wilkes-Barre power play.
Well, chopped down Marty Murray, who was at the end of the shift. Marty Murray was thrown to the bench for a change after Estes comes out. And another dumb penalty by the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins here. Call the one on Trent Cull a little bit suspect, stupid. You can definitely call this one here stupid.
7.2 seconds to go in period number 1. 4-on-4 here for the next little while, and then that'll carry over into period number 2. Blair Benson, Martin Sonnenberg on the face-off. That one bounces high up. It actually touches the scoreboard clock here at Harbor Station. It bounces back down. To whistle that one as an interference with an outside object. That gave the scoreboard. 5 seconds to go now in the period.
Well, you don't think much damage is going to be done here in 5 seconds, albeit there is a lot of time, but with a face-off at neutral zone, this isn't really the way that St. John had hoped that they would get off to the start tonight. They thought that they could get a big lead, but it's not going to be the case.
Face-off played by the Penguins. Roosevelt at his own blue line. A long drive on Brochu as the horn sounds to end period number 1, and no. I think the Flames wanted the type of start they had, but they will take it. The Penguins don't get the start they wanted either. And after 20 minutes of play, the St. John Flames and the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins are scoreless. Shots on goal in this first period for the St. John Flames, 12 for the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins, 3.
Welcome back to Harbor Station, where we're going to take a look at the shots on goal from the first period. Obviously not a lot of scoring to talk about, but as far as the summary goes, consistent St. John hockey, outshooting the Penguins 12-3. That's what we're used to seeing.
Yeah, some pretty good chances, and the Flames made their own chances, especially on the power play. And once again, they seem to be skating, getting the puck down low, and that's where this team's going to be effective. We talked about that from the outset. Very good. They've got some size. Certainly they've got some strength, and not an overly physical Wilkes-Barre Penguin defense, and that's the game plan here tonight. Get the puck low, work it, especially on the power play.
Yes, and we're going to take a look at a couple of the highlights from Friday night's game, Game 5 in Wilkes-Barre, which gave the Flames the opportunity to come in tonight to clinch the Calder Cup.
Absolutely incredible.
Yep. There you go. There was the...
It looked like Marty Murray's goal. Marty Murray.
Yep, coming out of the corner there.
Once again, the goaltending such an integral part of any team's success, and really Rich Perrant and he himself not very happy with that, but and that was much earlier, and that was
the shot from the point that made it 4-3 to make it a hockey game again.
Andrew Ferentz, very, very good gifted defenseman, and he's not big, 5'10". We talked about that earlier in the first period. You look at the guy, and he looks like he's one of the smallest players out there, but powerful skater, very good shot as we saw that shot from the point in Wilkes-Barre the other night.
Well, Pittsburgh likes him.
Pittsburgh loves this kid. He will not be in the AHL next year, guaranteed a spot in Pittsburgh. Craig Patrick said that himself. Milan Kraft, another guy that came down midweek after the Penguins were beat out by the Devils, and he was very effective. The first game out, 3 assists and on the ice for 4 of the 5 goals. He's been effective throughout the series that he's played, and I have a funny feeling we'll be hearing some more from Milan Kraft here tonight.
Sure, and I guess, talking about the first goal being the most important thing, the Flames 10-0 when scoring the first goal so far in the playoffs, and of course the Penguins 5-0. Friday night's game was the first time that the team that scored first didn't come out with the win. They're going to come out in that second period, and we're going to see some action.
Well, yeah, and they did lose that game that night after scoring the first goal, breaking that streak. But let's get right to it. What the Flames have to do to be effective here tonight. They have to get the good goaltending, and I think that goes without saying. Any team that's going to win does. But they have to get the puck down low, play it physical, use their speed. We saw some from Rico Fata and especially Marty Murray already tonight. Marty Murray using his speed, very good coming down the left wing. For the Penguins to be successful, they have to get the defense to be more involved. You have some very good ones in Chris Kelleher, Michael Roosevelt. Certainly Andy Ferentz is very, very good, and they have to get a lot better goaltending, David. They just haven't gotten that so far. Rich Perrant really has to stand on his head for this team to bring a game on Wednesday night.
Absolutely. For those of you tuned in south of the border, we'll be right back after these commercial messages. Well, Steve, discipline, not making mistakes, these are some of the points we talked about Friday in the studio watching Game 5, and a perfect case of that would be Jason Botterill. Coughs up the puck at the end of the first period, causes the Flames to go down 2-1 after 20 minutes of play. Brings
Go with a tenth of a second left, yeah.
Brings
Sure.
Wilkes-Barre right back into the game, but not only has the intensity and the discipline, comes back out in the first 31 seconds and gets his first of the playoffs, and what was his best game by far in the playoffs this year.
Well, he's been snake-bitten, and he hadn't scored up until that point. And Craig Button knows Jason Botterill very well. Craig was with Dallas when they drafted him 20th overall in 1997, I believe, maybe 95. But he was the only player up to that point to play on 3 World Junior Championships. Yes. Very, very good hockey player. The Flames acquiring him at the trade deadline last year, and he's been a very integral part of the team's success this year. He gives them the strength up front, and every team needs the power forwards. They also have Blair Betts, and they also have Dave Roach. But Jason Botterill, I love what he did in that last game, the 5th game, down in Wilkes-Barre. Once again, as you mentioned, David, coughed up that puck that I believe it was Chris Kelleher scored, or Melikar. In the last minute, in the last tenth of a second in that first period.
Doesn't get much closer than that.
Doesn't get any closer than that. Very questionable if it was in, but it was in before the green lights. And once again, for Botterill to come back. And he's played a pretty good first period here. He's been physical. Play has been very physical down low in the Pittsburgh end. The shots really indicative of the play, 12-3. And the Penguins taking a couple of undisciplined penalties. And really, that's something that they cannot...
Something we've seen throughout the series.
Absolutely, and that's been their undoing, I think, really. It certainly was in Game 3 in Wilkes-Barre. They took some very, very stupid penalties, and it came back to haunt them, and you just can't do that at Calder Cup time. There is no I-in team. We've used all the cliches and phrases, but really that's what it comes down to. Like Darcy Barreau, we took a couple of stupid penalties, and you can't do it. They don't have Billy Tibbetts here to take stupid penalties because, of course, he's not allowed in this country. But the bottom line is that they're going to have to be a lot more disciplined to force a Game 7 Wednesday evening.
Yeah, and you talked about Martin Brochu and, of course, goaltending. The one thing we haven't seen so far in this series is a goalie steal a game.
That's right. Very good point.
It's something we expected this to be an ultimate goaltending battle, and in some ways it's been very much the opposite. It's been a letdown. The goaltending hasn't been as spectacular as we thought it would be, but both goalies now have that opportunity to prove they can win one for their own team.
You need good goaltending, and I think the emphasis really has to be on just solid goaltending. I don't think anyone is really going to stand up and be spectacular. Martin Brochu cannot make the small mistakes. He has to be able to handle the puck around the net. That's very important. Get it to Walzer, get it to Pont, get it to the rest of the defensive core. As far as Rich Perron is concerned, he just has to be a lot sharper. You cannot score on him from the back of the net, as did Marty Murray the other night, and really cause the cause a loss in that hockey game. So he has to really bring his game up. The guy's played lots of games, over 60 games in the NHL with St. Louis and Tampa. He's certainly capable of playing a lot better than he has been.
Yeah, of course, we heard a lot of big things about the Wilkes-Barre fans, folks, but I'll tell you, the city of St. John has set a record for attendance tonight, as at 8 o'clock this morning, they were standing there waiting to buy standing room tickets. We're going to head up to Andy Campbell in the booth for second period action on Rogers Television, Flames Hockey.
We're going to have to cut things short there a little bit on Roxanne Playfair. There's a little bit of that interview left. We thank Roxanne for taking some time to talk to us tonight. Hope it gives you a little bit more insight on who she is, who Jim Playfair is, and what kind of life they lead during the hockey season. Period number 2 getting underway as we speak. Daniel Kachuk-Milan, the puck is down, and the Penguins control the opening draw here. Michael Roosevelt moves it ahead to Kraft. A couple of checks working together there. Now Andrew Ferentz in the far corner. Both these teams skating 4-on-4 here as the teams have players in the penalty box. Roosevelt crosses the blue line into the middle. Eric Milosh, blocker save Martin Brochu right off the first shot of this opening moment of the second period. Now Daniel Kachuk breaking inside the Penguin zone. He tries to feed it back to the blue line. Kraft takes it away. There's a weak shot there by Kachuk to move it ahead. Here's Milosh inside the Flame zone once again. His shot toward the front of the net off the skate of Rick Mrozik. It'll bounce into the far corner. Ferentz controls it. Leaves it in behind Milosh now. Mrozik rides him into the corner. Chris Clark out of the penalty box. Flames on the power play now for a better part of 65 seconds. Daniel Kachuk inside St. John territory. Gets in trouble starting out here. Rick Mrozik now off the far boards for Dupont. Dupont will drive it in on Rich Ferrant. He'll float it into the far corner. Bejan finds it there. Kachuk in behind, leaves it for Clark. He'll work it to the far side. Kelleher comes up with it. Tries to ring it around the boards and out on the near side, held in by Walzer. Kelleher gets a second chance, dumps it into the neutral zone, knocked down by Scoville. Scoville off the far side boards for Varlamov. Varlamov trying to backhand to the head. Penguins come up with it. They'll throw it away. Walzer to the blue line. Shot, glove save, Rich Perrant. And with Dave Roach crashing towards the front of the net, the Penguin netminder will hold on, and we played a minute 23 of period number 2. Got no score, and the Flames with 30 seconds worth of their power play left. Chris Barton.
Or later, Andy, but the point you guys were talking about yesterday here, Rich Perrant is the reason that the Scranton Penguins are here. Okay, and really he hasn't played what we call an A game yet in this series. And it would be a terrible thing for the St. John Flames and their fans if he came through and played an A game tonight and possibly Wednesday night. He's been solid so far tonight on his 13th shot.
Face off just to the right of Rich Perrant. Marty Murray in there for the St. John Flames. Martin Sonnenberg wins that draw. Call in behind. They'll wrap it around the far side boards. Walzer on the blue line. Skates into the middle. Beats Scoville. Back to Walzer. Walzer looks in. Sends it far side for Marty Murray. Murray feeds it to Walzer one more time. Shot got through, but it was knocked down either by Chris Keller or Darryl Scoville. Now on the far board. Sergei Varlamov cycles back to the blue line. He'll throw it toward the net, and the Penguins will come up with it. They'll come out of their zone with 2 men ahead. Lead pass from Kostopoulos, knocked down by Sergei Varlamov, and that'll create an offside situation for the Penguins. And a face-off will come about just outside the St. John blue line with 2 seconds left in the penalty to Toby Peterson.
Well, you can pretty well write off this power play opportunity now as the teams will go back playing 5-on-5, the normal style of hockey that everyone's used to seeing. But, you know, I'm sure that both teams had good talks during the intermission, and both teams will probably come out and try to adjust accordingly to the other style that each team is playing here tonight. You just hope that the situation isn't a bad goal or something to win this hockey game in the long run.
We're at the 2-minute mark of this second period. No score, Flames and Penguins. Steve Montador with a long shot in on Rich Perrant. Rico Fatta's there quickly, right on the back of Joseph Malachar. So Rich Perrant forced to hold on one more time. Speaking a little too soon, we're at the minute 59 mark right now with 18:01 to play in this second.
We're out of the gate a little bit slow here today. It looks like a few of my tickets at EPR Saturday. I was out of the gate a little slow, but hey, that's the way it's going to go here. Maybe both teams are going to keep feeling each other out until that one break happens.
We've been slow through 22 minutes now as the clock is ticking once again. Penguins in their own zone. From the far side into the middle for Milan Kraft. Now Eric Meloche brings the Penguins to the red line. He couldn't get a shot away, tied up by Rico Fatta in behind. Dave Roach will take it and go the other way for the Flames. He falls in the neutral zone. Toby Peterson comes up with the puck, feeds Roosevelt near side. Roosevelt into the middle. Malachar dumps it ahead into the St. John end. Wave off the icing. Montador gets it in behind Martin Brochu. He'll turn away from Peterson, send the puck to the far side from Mike Martin. Martin ahead to Blair Betts. Betts brings the Flames to the red line, but he can't get the puck ahead to Rico Fatta. Penguins play it back over the red line. Bouncing puck between the two teams here. Now Dave Roach trying to lift it high off the boards. And Penguins able to play it ahead. At the red line once again, it's turned over. Flames dump it in. Blair Betts brings the backhand down in on just to the left of Rich Perrant. Roosevelt out of that corner. Plays it ahead. Penguins at the neutral zone. They whack at it at the blue line. Barreau can't find it there. Jason Morgan comes up with it, and he'll play it past Malachar. It'll roll into the Penguin zone. Morgan's going to chase Joseph Malachar. He'll come up on the near side, send the pass ahead. Looking for a teammate. Bounce right to Rick Morozic. Morozic at his own blue line ahead to Doug Dowell, former St. Mary's Husky. Plays it ahead. Now Jason Morgan and Gaetan Royer work the puck forward. Royer near side boards, trying to play it into the middle, taken away by Dennis Von Beek. And Dowell crashes to the far side. Morgan gets the puck. Von Beek crashes Morgan. Now Dowell getting the elbow up high. Man down in the far corner is Malachar. He's got Dowell right behind him. Dowell comes out with the puck out front. Oh, the wraparound rolls it right across the crease. DuPont pokes away from Mathieu. He'll skate into the far corner. Now move in behind Rich Perrant. Alexander Mathieu. Sends the pass ahead up on the far boards at the blue line. DuPont had it momentarily, and it's batted backwards by the Flames. As Malachar picks it up, there's no high sticking call there. Now Mathieu, lead pass looking for Tom Kostopoulos. It's by him. He collects it up in the slot. Loose puck, Brochu, not even realizing that he makes the save, gets a pad on that one. Sergei Varlamov now brings the Flames to the red line. Long drive in off a leg there, bouncing, picked up by the Penguins. Working ahead. Mathieu across two lines, that pass goes. Didn't see who got it out in front. It might have been Trent Cull from in behind, but he had it up over 2 lines. Alexandrovich too is really going to go uncontested in on Martin Brochu had there not been the 2-line pass whistled down.
As you said earlier, though, Andy, the big save by Martin Brochu, I don't really think either that he knew where the puck was going to be. It just hit him as he went down in the butterfly style, and it kicked it out. Great save, even though whether he knew he had it or not. Great save on the Penguins' 5th shot of the hockey game. Yes.
4 minutes and 13 seconds into this hockey game. 2 shots per team in this second period so far. Face-off in the Penguin zone, controlled by the Flames. The Walls are able to hold it at the blue line. They'll dump it deep. Rich Perron out to play it. Ferentz taps it into his far corner. Sergei Varlamov scooting down into the middle. Bejas shot. Perron makes the save, and the rebound came right to Tom Kostopoulos. They'll work it up to the red line. Here's Martin Sonnenberg. He's got a man crashing the net. Jason McDonald putting the brakes on him. He still runs into Martin Brochu and then goes awkwardly into the boards in behind him. He's back on his feet quickly. Those will be watching in Prince Edward Island. Jason McDonald trying to become the first Islander to get his name on the Calder Cup.
Well, you can just see the different type of energy that the Penguins have with Jason McDonald. It's hard to believe just one guy, the type of difference that he makes. But Jason McDonald is that one guy that you do miss when he's not in the lineup for you.
Looking for Jason McDonald, majority of Game 3 last Monday in Wilkes-Barre. He missed all of Game 4 and all of Game 5. Very tender abdominal muscles. With the season on the line and the Calder Cup at stake here tonight, Jason McDonald is sucking it up and is playing. He's not playing the physical grinding type game that he is used to, although we have seen some of that here tonight. Not as much as Jason McDonald would like to be putting forth. Let's push it out over the blue line. Rico Fata, foot race for the puck. Ferentz the only man back, and Ferentz gets to that puck for Wilkes-Barre and is tied up by Rico Fata, and there's going to be a penalty coming up against the Flames as Trent Cull works the puck forward. Penguins going on the power play here. They've got the extra man on the ice with their net empty. They'll send it near side for Kraft. It'll roll into the near corner. The players whack at it, back to the blue line for Ferentz. Ferentz into the middle for Cull. Cull with a shot off the foot of Steve Montador. Ferentz on the near side. They throw it toward the net. In behind, they come out front, and Sonnenberg can't send it home from the side of the net, or bang it home at least. As the Flames come up with it, holding the call, and Rico Fata is headed to the penalty box.
Well, what's the need for Rico Fata to haul Ferentz down that situation? Yes, Andrew Ferentz cut the angle off, and he got the puck on that loose puck. And Rico Fata, everyone knows how fast he is. Andrew Ferentz took the right angle and cut him off, and then Rico Fata, probably out of frustration more than anything, just reaches up and grabs Andrew Ferentz and hauls him down behind the net. Those types of penalties are not going to go without a call.
So the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins get opportunity number 2 on the power play. They had one chance in the first period. This will be the second power play opportunity for them. They are 0 for 1. No one has scored, as a matter of fact. We are 25 minutes and 9 seconds into this hockey game. Bejan on the ice to take a face-off against the Lance Kraft inside the St. John zone. Bejan able to do the job, and Rick Mrozic able to pound the puck out of the Flames end of the ice. Rick Perron forced to play it in behind the Penguins net. Michael Roosevelt skates to it there. He'll leave it for Peterson. Peterson with some speed. Along the far side of the ice. He'll gain the blue line. Knocked away from him, and once again, Mrozic from the St. John end to the Wilkes-Barre end. Perron has to play it again. Roosevelt leaving it for Chris Kelleher. Lead pass Peterson to Kraft around Murray. And on the far side, Eric Malash in over the blue line, maybe a step ahead. Easy move around Marty Murray. He checks behind Kraft. He was inside the Flames end of the ice.
Well, he's a shifty individual, Milan Kraft. The first time we've seen him go offside when he's trying to work in there. But Mickey DuPont right there also will lay the crushing check on the Penguin and throw him in offside to make the play go offside. Little Mickey DuPont doing everything right here tonight so far.
14-17 to go second period. No score Flames and the Calder Cup Final. Murray and Kraft in a draw at the blue line, and Marty Murray wins that. Here's Mickey DuPont. Something else right, dumping that puck back down into the Wilkes-Barre zone. Right as far as the Flames are concerned. And once again, Wilkes-Barre forced to start from deep in their own end. Pass for Chris Kelleher. He'll bring it to the blue line. He's upended by Marty Murray. Mrozic drives it back outside the blue line. Roosevelt has to hurry with it. Botterill gains control. The end board is inside the Wilkes-Barre zone. The Landcraft is skating it on the far side. Less than a minute to go in the Wilkes-Barre power play. Grabs over the inside for Kelleher. Kelleher at the red line. Works it ahead for Roosevelt. Roosevelt works it into the St. John zone. Now Mike Martin on the far side. Puck will trickle down to the Wilkes-Barre zone. The penalty kill effective for the bout for the Flames to this point. Michael Roosevelt one more time for the Penguins. Came to the red line. Has the puck knocked away briefly by Blair Betts. Now dumps it in. Alexander Zavakin is going to chase. Mike Martin will get to it first. They kick it up the near side. Geary comes in there. Zavakin looking for it. Martin works it into the far corner where Greg Crozier finds it. Crozier ties up with a man. Zavakin now to Geary. At the blue line, held in. Geary working into the slot. Puck is knocked away from him. Cull will drive the loose puck toward the net. It's high off the end boards. And then will bounce to Mike Martin. Will take a whack at it with the backhand. Can't do much with it. Sat up on the near boards. Kelleher pinching down from the blue line. Fata back on the ice. Penalty is over. And the Flames have killed that one off. Now Derek Walford skates in behind Lopando Sioux. Sends a pass ahead for Fata. He didn't see it coming. And Fred Cull plays it in. Here's Alexander Mathieu. Penguins 2-on-1, and Mike Martin able to tip that out of the way. It never got to Darcy Verreau, and the Flames avoid some disaster there. Now Blair Betts looking it ahead to Fata inside Flames territory. Fata with some speed. Works it into the neutral zone. It'll turn it over to Trent Cull. Cull leaves it for Ferentz. Ferentz up the near side. He'll cross the Flames blue line. Try to throw it to the net. Gets a second chance. Knocked down in front. Verreau skated it up through the crease. And turned it away from the Flames net. Actually, now Jason Botterill. Good work by Trent Cull. A crash in the far corner. Murray in behind. That's control of that puck. Ferentz ties him up on the boards in behind. Botterill comes in. Centering! Shot! Chris Clark missing it. Point blank range. Somehow. Rich Perron sees that. Don't know how. But he makes the biggest save of the evening thus far.
Oh, without a doubt, Andy. As Marty Murray's in deep, banging around in back.
Andy Campbell and Chris Martin here with you this evening. Broadcast on St. John. Telecast. Andy Rogers. Way up through the province of New Brunswick, but throughout Prince Edward Island, Scotia as well. Welcome everyone. Thankful for enjoying things. 153 to go, second period, no score. Penguins and Flames. It's off inside the Wilkes-Barre Scranton zone. Sonnenberg and Morgan tie up. Puck comes to Brendan Buckley. He'll skate it over his own blue line and gain the red line and dump it into the far corner. Donald and Monador fight for it there. Royer up with it. He'll send a pass ahead to Doug Dowell. Dowell will dump the puck into the Wilkes-Barre zone. Buckley with some company there. Jason Morgan quick to that puck. Dowell now in behind, fending off Martin Sonnenberg. Dowell on the wraparound. Right in front, bouncing puck. Another shot, bouncing puck again, and Rich Perron. Penguins come up with Big McDonald. Action in behind the play. Jason McDonald, Doug Dowell tying up. Even with those four stomach muscles, Jason McDonald not afraid to get involved. Doug Dowell.
Oh, he's never afraid, Andy, get involved with anybody in the American Hockey League or any league that he's ever played in. Jason McDonald, one tough customer, but how about the play of the St. John Energy line, as you like to call them? A couple of scoring opportunities. They had a couple of scoring opportunities the other night in Wilkes-Barre. Goal that was disallowed by Gaetan Royer, but they're bringing it tonight. And really high energy, as you like to call them. Bringing it here so far tonight with the limited amount of ice time that they really are giving them.
Time penalties, 8 minutes, 57 seconds. Wilkes-Barre number 24, McDonald, Flames number 44, Dell, Roughing Liners, and 8:57.
puck ahead to the red line. Long drive in front. Pad save, bouncing right to Murray in the slot, but Joseph Melikar got to it first and steers it back into the neutral zone. Has the puck poked away by Murray. He gained the St. John blue line. He's wait outside and now flips the puck high up off the glass in the near corner. Mrozek finds it. Plays it to the far side corner for Dupont. Ahead to Marty Murray. Murray to the red line. Will poke it ahead. Melikar will find it. Watched by Chris Clark. Sends it near side for Roosevelt. Michael Roosevelt. He'll bring the Penguins ahead to Kraft in the middle. Didn't get a shot off. And Dupont steers it out of Flames territory. Dupont up the near side boards. Looks past Galash. Another shot here. And Marty Murray has that rocket up over Rich Corrado. The glass in behind the Penguins. After net and out of play. 10-13 time remaining in the second period.
Well, a team like the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins with the likes of Milan Kraft, an awful dangerous team here when they're a 4-on-4 situation, but as is St. John Flames, as Marty Murray ends up getting an opportunity coming down the left wing, fires it right on goal, and Rich Ferran who kicks it to the crowd. Playing sharp tonight, Andy, and something that we haven't seen from Rich Ferran throughout in this series is his being sharp.
Shots on goal to this point in the period for the Flames 8, for the Penguins just 3. We're almost halfway through the period. Top of Rich Ferran's right. Draw back to Derek Walter. Over in the middle, take it to the far side. Throw it down off the far boards. Kelleher. Flames crash for it there. Now Christopoulos as the Penguins come ahead 3-on-2. Into the Flame zone. Mike Martin ties up his man on the far side. Sonnenberg poking at that puck from in behind. It'll roll to Sonnenberg. Out into the middle. Barrett's a shot. Brochu with a tip of the glove. Gets a piece of it. And Garrett Walter sends it to Kachuk on the near side board. He tried to feed Bejan. Kelleher got in between the two of them. Now Mike Martin leads the Flames in, and Daniel Kachuk is whistled offside. It was about a skate length ahead. Mike Martin down on the far side. Plays 10 minutes and 22 seconds. Number 2. 30 minutes and 22 seconds in. Still looking for that first goal.
Here at home, folks, you're going to see the big blast by Andrew Parents. He really, the puck was on edge when he shot the puck, and it was going, looked like it may have gone wide, but Martin Brochu flashes the leather up there, deflects it over the net to foreshore. That kid can shoot the puck as well as do everything else right.
9:38 to go, second period. Face off in the neutral zone, won by Blair Betts. Daryl Scoville plays the puck to the Wilkes-Barre blue line. Toby Peterson takes it from there, comes back into the St. John zone. Throws it cross ice. Melikar, a shot. Brochu down on top of that one to make the save. The Country 94 listeners will be glad to know that Kevin Bissett is standing by. He will be conducting post-game interviews, win or lose, for the Flames. Celebration to make those interviews and all that more pleasurable to do. If indeed the Flames can capture the Calder Cup here tonight, Kevin will assist us in bringing to you some of the Flames as they celebrate on the ice.
Well, I see Kevin hasn't grown much in the last 3 years. I haven't seen him for 3 years, but he's still short as ever.
Getting those jabs in while you can, Mr. Barton. 9:20 to go, second period. Clock is ticking. Steve Monador waits with the puck in behind Martin Brochu. Toby Peterson paying close attention there. Now Monador throws it to the red line. It's taken over by Joseph Melikar. Roosevelt ahead to Kraft. They come in over the blue line. They leave the puck at the blue line. No, Blair Betts is going to pick it up and work the other way. Betts gets that puck down into the near side corner. Melikar first to it, works it up the far side. Dowell intercepts, shot just wide up off the near side. Scoville can't hold at the blue line. It'll get past him. He'll have to work his way back into the St. John end. Around McDonald. Puck comes ahead. Marty Murray, and the whistle that is a two-line pass as Marty Murray came off the bench and into the fray. And picked up that puck ahead from Daryl Scoville, and of course, that does cross two lines. 8:48 to go, second period, no score. Flames and Penguins. This is Home Hardware Flames hockey on Country 94. to dish out today. And about 2 o'clock this afternoon, those 150, 175 tickets went on sale. I understand those were sold in about 5 minutes.
Well, there was quite the lineup outside, Andy, and yes, indeed, they did snap them up quick. You know, it's unbelievable the amount of phone calls that rang at Glenn Hunt's place this weekend looking for tickets. Sorry, folks, all those of you called, I just can't help you.
Clock ticking with 8:45 to go in this second period as the Flames control. They work it up through the neutral zone as the puck will roll by Jason Botterill. Chris Kelleher and Marty Murray tie up in that near corner. Clark coming around to see what he can do, but Brendan Buckley skates it away for the Penguins. Pass to the far side, intercepted by the Flames. Murray turns it back over the red line. Lead pass for Clark. Clark tied up by Verreau from in behind. It's going to roll into the near corner. Kelleher and Murray. He'll get to it, holding at the blue line. Morozic. Botterill couldn't get the shot away. Morozic then drives it to the side of the net. Clark will work in behind. Come out front on the sharp angled shot. Rich Perron able to get down and pulled that one out of the Wilkes-Barre net. 8:14 to go now in the second period. We're still looking for that first goal. The Flames with their 8th shot on the Wilkes-Barre net. Check that 9th shot as they finally put up 21 on the board. They've got 21 through this hockey game. The Penguins with just 8.
I was wondering where the Penguin fans were, but now we see them up on their feet as Rich Perron makes that save. Keep this a scoreless hockey game, and you said a couple of times so far tonight, Andy, definitely something we've seen here tonight so far that we haven't seen in the first 5 games, and that's a little bit of a goaltending show here.
You are correct, sir. If we take a look at some of the statistics, and we will get to that as we proceed here tonight, maybe not right at this second, but goaltenders' numbers have not been in this series what they've been prior to. Face off in the Penguin zone. Walser at the blue line. He'll try and shoot it. It's off a leg. Rolls into the corner. Now it's going to go to the far side where Trent Hull comes up with it. He works it up that far side board, comes into the neutral zone. Mike Martin sends it back into the Wilkes-Barre zone, bouncing at the blue line. Penguins able to play it ahead. Here's Martin Sonnenberg. Over the Flames blue line, throwing for the pass save. Brochu down in front, loose at the side. Brochu pushed right out of the crease. And the defensive core there for the Flames to save the day as Martin Sonnenberg now on the back end of the net. That's Tom Kostopoulos.
But the Penguins going to be shorthanded here, Andy. I believe Jason McDonald's going to get a penalty here for interference, goal interference, roughing, or whatever it may be. But yes, indeed, his second trip to the box tonight.
St. John on the power play for the second time in the period. We were talking about the goaltenders' numbers. Cameron shooting in this series, 3-2, goals against average, 3.22, and his save percentage, .871. Rich Perron is 2-3. His goals against average, 3.81. And his save percentage, 8.94. Uncharacteristically high and low numbers, respectively, in that goals against average and save percentage category for both Brochu and Rich Perron. 7:50 to play. On a power play here. Trent Hull drives it in off the glass in behind Martin Brochu. It just rolls to Derek Walser there, and he'll move up to the Flames blue line. He'll drive it in, race to it on the near side. Barons gets to it first. Derek Walser was a good step in behind the red line, and Playfair shaking his head. You don't like to take those icing calls, especially when you're on the man advantage.
Well, definitely you don't ever want to take an icing call when you're on a man advantage. Because all this in essence does, if they don't win the faceoff, gives them maybe an opportunity to get a shot on goal and a scoring opportunity, but also you kill about 20 seconds of your power play opportunity by having to come all the way back in your own zone.
7:35 to go, second period. 1:45 to go in the man advantage. Charlottetown native Jason McDonald in the penalty box for the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. Face off inside the Flames zone. Canyon Kachuk, Martin Sonnenberg. Kachuk able to win that. Pulls it back for Derek Walser. He'll move in behind Brochu. Come up through the middle. Walser gains the Flames blue line. He comes to the red line. Backhands the puck ahead. It'll roll in on Perron. He'll steer it into the near side corner. Kachuk to it first. Kachuk floats it far side for Beijing. Beijing looks back to the blue line. Scoville dumps it down low for Kachuk. Back to Scoville. Bouncing puck. Penguins pick it up and work down 2-on-1. Kostopoulos and Sonnenberg into the middle. Kostopoulos couldn't get the puck to Sonnenberg, or maybe we should say Sonnenberg couldn't get a stick on that Kostopoulos pass. Now Daniel Kachuk brings his team to the red line. They'll move it ahead for Clark. Clark back to Kachuk. Kachuk off the far boards. Walzer to the blue line. They work back. They're down low for Kachuk. Kachuk to the top of the face-off circle into the corner for Varlamov. Varlamov sends it back to Walzer. Walzer's going to dump it deep into the corner. Kachuk is there. Varlamov on the half board. Varlamov looking in. Has the puck poked away into that far corner. Ferentz, it'll bounce out front. Hull will come up with it. Can't clear the zone. Knocked down. Kachuk lays it to that corner. Varlamov. Watched closely by Eric Melange. Into the center. Bouncing puck rolls to Kachuk in behind. Varlamov now in the corner. Up to the half board. He looks in. Going to shoot it. In front. Rich Perrott down in the crease. Scoville with an opportunity. And then Daniel Kachuk plowed right over. In behind. Trent Call coming in way after the whistle and takes Scoville from behind and then takes offense to whatever it is that Scoville's doing. Chris Clark and Martin Sonnenberg crash into the goal of the Penguins. All kinds of action here. You know, the replay for those of you watching the television, the Brunswick Nova Scotia or PPI. Actually, fast and fury in front of Rich Perrott. All that he could do to find that puck in the crease, hold on with the likes of Darryl Scoville and Chris Clark right on top of you. That is not an easy job.
No, it is not an easy job, Andy, but St. John's doing the right things. They're moving the puck around, but also again on this power play opportunity, you're seeing Derek Walzer and his forward partner, and that time Daniel Kachuk are playing an awful lot in the half wall, as you say. You know, not really, they're closing them up. Trent Cowell and the likes of the Penguin defense is closing them guys up and forcing them to play the half wall. And obviously that's not really the style you want to play when you're on a power play, but eventually they kick it back and get themselves a couple of good scoring opportunities. That one there, and Darryl Scoville coming back door, they're looking for the rebound. Great place. They get jumped pretty heavily there.
6:15 to go, second period, 24 seconds left in the Flames man advantage. Face off inside the Wilkes-Barre zone. Kraft and Murray on the draw to the Rich Perrott. Murray wins that back. DuPont into the middle, shooting! The arm of Rich Perrott. Puck will roll into the St. John zone as the Penguins clear. DuPont working back, downhill comes forward, up over the blue line. To the red line, another drive in. Perrott puts that in his glove, drops it at the side of the net. Buckley working it around near side. It'll bounce into the middle. Murray couldn't get a stick on it. Now Matador out front! Matador is going to get lucky here as that one bounces up over the glass. Matador pinching down from his defensive position as Penguin penalty expired. And that not bounced high over the glass, that might have been in a position to send the Penguin coming out of the penalty box on a breakaway.
Well, Jace McDonald was ready to blaze down there, Andy, and fortunately, as you say, for the St. John Flames, that puck goes about 5 rows deep for the faceoff. That would have been a golden opportunity for the Penguins, 2-on-1.
5:46 to go in the second period. No score. St. John Flames, Wilkes-Barre Scranton's Penguins battling for the Calder Cup. This is Game 6 of a best-of-7 series. You're listening to it here on Home Hardware Flames Hockey on Country 94. Game in this building. We've not witnessed a whole lot to this point. No score between the Flames and the Penguins. Had a little trouble getting this face-off underway inside the Penguin zone. Rose up at the blue line. Shot just wide. Got underneath Rich Perrott's glove. Gaetan Royer down on top of the puck in the far corner. Darcy Rowe comes out with it. He's in behind his netminder. Forgot the puck there momentarily. Goes back to get it. And Royer chips it away from Melikar on the far side. The blue line held in. Fight for it there. Dowell and Royer over to help out Mickey DuPont. Alexander Mathieu able to punch it out over the blue line. Flames will send it right back, but it's whistled down as offside as either Morgan or Dowell was still 2 skates over that blue line inside the Wilkes-Barre Scranton zone. 5:19 to go in the scoreless second period.
Well, a little bit sloppy there at that point there. As you say, I mean, not much to see here tonight except for some good goaltending on both sides. Albeit Martin Brochu is not as tested as much as Rich Perron has, but good goaltending for a change in this series. You know, I don't mind watching some good keepers go at her every now and then in the keepers duel.
Well, and in their own rights, Rich Perron and Martin Brochu are 2 of the best goaltenders in the minor leagues today. Both a little bit of NHL experience, not that much, maybe looking for another chance to secure that maybe here tonight. Penguins come out of their own zone, give it away to Dave Roach at the red line. He can't do much with it, and Tom Paskopoulos steers it into the Flames end of the ice. Mickey DuPont racing back, hit right away by Martin Sonnenberg. Now McDonald in the far corner, has that puck rolled away from him. Dave Roach up the far side boards, they're working ahead. Rico Fata. Ferris is back on Fata one more time. Fata to the net, loose in the crease. Perron down on top of it. Ferris pushing Fata right into the side of the net. The net comes off the mooring. Okay. Watch this one go. NHL experience knew just how to play the speedster Rico Fata that time around.
That's almost a carbon copy earlier when the same type of play happened and Rico Fata took the penalty behind the net as Andrew Ferentz cut him down. This time here, Rico Fata was able to get a decent quality scoring chance on him, but Andrew Ferentz comes just in time just to cut that chance down to being a great one to a decent one.
4:52, time remaining in the second period. Nothing in terms of scoring in this hockey game. 0-0 reads the scoreboard. Big Tom inside the Wilkes-Barre zone. Martin Sonnenberg able to play that, but it rolls to the blue line of the Flames. Chuck now in behind, can't get to it. Bejan comes in to help out. Buckley rides him to the glass. Chuck pulls it out. Sends it to Martin on the blue line. He just pushes it back into the corner. Buckley rings it around near side. Christopoulos sends it out to the neutral zone. Walzer taps it off the near side board. Bejan looking to backhand it back into the Penguin zone. Action way in behind the play as Walzer was tied up right in front of the Wilkes-Barre bench. Now Mike Martin at the red line has to hold on as his mates try to gain the onside. Toby Peterson takes over in the neutral zone. He'll work the Penguins into the St. John zone. Bejan quickly to that puck on the near side boards. Into the corner for Walzer. Walzer with Eric Meloche draped all over him. And the puck rolled away from him there. Marty Murray lifts it high over the head of Michael Roosevelt. It'll roll in on Rich Perron. He'll play it to Roosevelt. Up ahead, bouncing at the red line. Chris Clark sends it deep into the Wilkes-Barre zone. Perron comes out to play it. Roosevelt now. Watched by Botterill. Near side now Meloche sends the pass into the middle for Milan Kraft. It's by him. Steve Montador plays it ahead. Jason Botterill has it go past him. Perron going to push it ahead. Roosevelt now. They work into the red line. Milan Kraft. Toby Peterson in over the blue line. Into the middle. Perron. Meloche. Beautiful save. Martin Brochu.
Chris Clark's going to get a penalty here, Andy, for tackling Milan Kraft. As you see Milan Kraft now going in after Marty Murray.
Martin Brochu on his back. Able to make the save as Eric Meloche comes screaming across the crease with a beautiful feed from Toby Peterson.
He just dives over with the big pad stack, Andy, and gets down just in time. Chris Clark definitely. 2 minutes for roughing is the call. He did a pretty good jump job on Milan Kraft there.
Well, the officiating tonight, as the folks here are not happy with the call at this moment, but really not much to complain about. Stefan Auger has been pretty even. The third power play he's given the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. He's given the Flames 4 of them. So probably just looking to even things up here. Now the Flames with a crucial kill with 3:31 to go here in the second period. It's a scoreless hockey game. Milan Kraft and Blair Betts in the circle to Brochu's left. Betts able to win that draw. They pounded high off the board, but it'll be knocked down in the neutral zone at the red line. Kelleher now works it along the near side boards, dumps it into the Flames zone, bounces out front. Oh, loose shoots at the right in front. Mickey Dupont skated right by it. That took a weird bounce off the beams in the glass here. We saw more than the usual number in Wilkes-Barre. That's the first one we've seen in a while here at Harbor Station, but complete disaster averted for the Flames. Now Jason Botterill applying some pressure on the kill inside the Wilkes-Barre zone, forcing Michael Roosevelt into the far corner. His pass hits Kraft. He gains the Flames blue line, dumps it in behind for Peterson. Peterson in behind for Keller. Cross ice, Roosevelt. He's going to come cross ice for Kraft. A blast, and Brochu might have gotten a piece of that with his glove off the end board. Kraft sends it back to the blue line. Roosevelt high up off the glass. That'll bounce into the far corner. Milosh overskates it, and Rosic is going to drive it around the board and out of the St. John end. Kings get their killers. Wilkes-Barre get a couple fresh bodies on the power play out there. Roosevelt brings the Penguins forward. Now Barron at the red line. He has to get around Blair Betts. Puck is poked away from him. Dylan Geary takes up. He feeds Alexander Zavakin down the near side boards. Drop pass for Geary. Cull had to save the day there, but the Flames and Derek Walzer working out of the zone one more time. Less than 30 seconds now in the Penguins' man advantage. Less than 2 minutes to go in this second period. No score, Flames and Penguins. Barron drives the puck in for Wilkes-Barre. Far side boards, Cull and Martin crash there. Fata comes up with the puck, and while he's being dumped, he's able to dump it the length of the ice. 10 seconds now in the Penguins' man advantage. It would appear as though the Flames have killed this one off. 5 seconds now as Barron sends the pass ahead for Cull. Cull will drive the puck in to the Flames' end of the ice. Rolls to the near side boards in the corner there. They fight for it. Geary tried to poke it out front. Chris Clark back on the ice, and Steve Monaco works the puck again into the middle. Rico Fata. Lone man back is Brendan Buckley. Shot just wide off the end boards, and then Fata dumped by Buckley. Buckley comes up with it. Gets high off the glass. Knocked down on the blue line. Varlamov into the near corner. Sharp angle. Cut back down in front. Hull delivers a big backhand on Steve Bejan from behind. The cross check. And that flattens Bejan. And moments after the Flames kill off a big penalty, they're going to go on the power play here now with 1:07 left in this second period.
Amazing how things change around there at the start of the power play, Andy. Martin Brochu almost gets caught napping again off an unfortunate bounce on the end board. St. John does get fortunate that they're able to get that puck out. And then some great work there. Sergei Varlamov, I believe, chipped that puck, and it just goes off the post, top corner of the where the posts meet, where the pipes meet there. Now St. John goes on with maybe you could call a crucial power play opportunity now with 1:07 to go in the second period.
Time winding down here in the second, and a chance to take a huge momentum boost into the locker room. This would light a spark under the 6,500 strong crowd if they could score somewhere between now and the end of the period. Face off inside the Wilkes-Barre zone. Sonnenberg, Murray, tied up along the far side boards. It'll get past Eric Walzer. And he'll skate down into the St. John zone. Last minute of play in this second period as Walzer turns and works up through the middle. They'll gain the red line and drive the puck in along the far side. It'll roll near side. Roach off the near side boards. He'll bounce it off the end boards to Scoville on the far side. He sends it deep into the corner. In behind, Marty Murray. Back to that corner for Varlamov. And on the blue line, Scoville going one way, the puck going the other. And Martin Brochu has to play it inside St. John territory. Walzer, once again, his own blue line. There are 30 seconds to play. Inside the Wilkes-Barre zone, Murray on the near side boards into the middle, trying to get it to Dave Roach off the leg of Brendan Buckley. It'll roll Murray back to the blue line. Walzer shooting, can't save. Rich Perron now in behind Sergei Varlamov. Looking out front, we'll send it to Scoville. Scoville back to Walzer. Shot wide off the end boards, bouncing right to Marty Murray. Dave Roach at the side. Varlamov on the far side. Out front, Scoville scores! it past Rich Barrage. Ron's just a little bit too much action there in close quarters in the final seconds of the period. 5.1 seconds remaining. And the sellout crowd at Harbor Station is on their feet. Blair Betts in the face-off circle. Scored at 19:59 in the second period, and that's the only goal to this point in the hockey game. 1-0 Flames lead after 2 periods of play. Wow, an absolutely incredible turn of events. We talked about the emotion that would be generated off one of those goals scored in the final minute of a period. They get it on the power play, and the St. John Flames take a 1-0 lead to the locker room. They are now 20 minutes from a Calder Cup victory.
Back to Harbor Station, where after 20 minutes of play, the St. John Flames have broken the donut with a 1-goal lead heading to the third period. We've got a special guest star with us in this intermission. Chris Barton's been riding along with Andy Campbell doing play-by-play in the booth. And Chris, we appreciate you coming out. What have you seen coming back from Wilkes-Barre from this St. John Flames team that gives you a lot of confidence?
Well, you see the same team that we've basically seen throughout the playoff run here. A good team that likes to shoot the puck a lot and get a lot of shots on goal and limit the opportunities of the opposition. And they're doing exactly the same thing tonight in the power play, which has been working well all playoffs, continues to work well tonight. They move it around very well, and they move it around really very well. And then Darryl Scoville has evidence there with late in the period scores a goal, which could prove to be a huge goal here tonight.
Absolutely. As we were talking earlier, Steve, the Flames 10-0 when scoring the first goal.
Now, big boy, give us the story. You had to come like 700 clicks. How did you get here? I mean, you've been coming up here, and a couple of runs into Quebec, into Colisée, Pepsi, but tell us the whole story, big guy. Any problems at the border or anything?
No problems at the border, but, you know, I'm an original St. John. I was born in Methuen, Mass, and, you know, when my father passed away, I figured I'd take advantage of my both dual citizenships that I have. You know, I can come and go as I please, and, you know, I've always been friends with the training staff, basically Jamie Druitt and Brian Miller, and then the previous announcer, Aaron Kennedy, yourself, Goder, and, you know, everybody in general. And, you know, I figure this is a pretty good chance now that I have moved, that this is the opportunity. I mean, I don't know how many times you're going to have a chance to see the guys that you know end up winning the cup. And, you know, I just thought that I would be able to come along for the ride. Yeah, it's a lot of miles that we put on during the winter, because I help Blair Nicholson here in St. John with the Arkansas River Blades. And, you know, yeah, there's a lot of miles, but I enjoy doing it. And, you know, Andy Campbell had asked me earlier in the season whether I'd help him out because he was flying solo, new guy, new part of his career as a broadcaster. And I said, sure, I'll give it a try, and stuck from there. And I guess it's a good thing. They want to keep a good thing going, and I'm still here. Good
point. And Andy's done a good job, Big Red, and it's certainly a big plus having you up here. Tell us about Andy Campbell in his first year. Reports are pretty good. I think he's doing a great job, and certainly coming in on a emergency basis, replacing Aaron Kennedy this year, who won the American Hockey League Broadcaster of the Year award. I believe it was back in '97. And Andy Campbell, kudos to him. He's doing a pretty good job so far this year.
Well, very big shoes to fill. I mean, absolutely. I have big shoes here, but not like Aaron Kennedy's shoes. And but Andy Campbell he's made great strides this season. And whenever the team's in New England, I'm always around. And I get usually early on in the season, I sat beside Andy and listened to him. And then I was fortunate enough to be able to go alongside of him as a color man. And you know, he's pretty good, you know, and he does everything right. And hey, can't please everybody, and he does the best that he can do, and he's come a long ways, obviously.
And now finally people can put a face to the voice.
Well, yeah, with myself anyways, you know. I mean, whenever I come home, it's always a good thing. When I do come home, I get to see a lot of people that I don't see, like, obviously, because I'm not living here no more. And, you know, it's always good to get home, and it would be good to see the team win tonight.
Good point.
Chris, we appreciate you spending the time with us. When you were down in Wilkes-Barre between rock concerts, baseball games, and the racing track, it's amazing you got time in for a hockey game. Anyways, we're going to head to break now. For those of you turned in the Wilkes-Barre area, and for everybody else in Canada, stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Well, Nelson, I hope the seat's not stretched out a little bit there for you from the big guy sitting in the chair in the intermission. We're joined by Nelson White, the Communications and Team Services Manager of the St. John Flames. First off, Nelson, we want to thank you for all the information you were able to send us up from Wilkes-Barre last week. Faxes, emails, I think a couple homing pigeons came by. We appreciate everything coming up here. Just give us a quick rundown. I know you've spent a few hours in front of the television today, or behind the cameras, I should say, with a few different media outlets. Bit of a crazy day in the media world in St. John?
A little bit of a zoo. We're getting just inquiries from all over Canada, a lot from Calgary. There's a lot of interest in the media in Calgary as to what the club down here is doing. People just want to know what's going on. They're excited about the club here in St. John. They're excited about the club in Atlantic Canada, and to a certain extent in Calgary as well, which is very nice to see.
Yeah. Steve? Now, Nelson, you're involved in the day-to-day stuff, but you've also got a hockey background. Tell us about some of the guys that you like on this hockey team and where you think they're going to go with their hockey career. I
like a lot of guys on this team. This team is built on youth, built on speed, built on strength. I've always been a big proponent of Blair Betts.
Yeah, I like Blair a lot.
I like Blair a lot. Blair's a strong center. As you can see right now, he's taking a lot of key face-offs in key situations. I think Blair, in a year or two, Blair will be playing in the National Hockey League. I fully expect to see players like Steve Bejan and Chris Clark playing in the National Hockey League next year, taking regular shifts. Yeah. What Bejan has done in this playoffs has been unreal.
Absolutely, and we've had Craig Button on the first period. He echoed your sentiments. Certainly, Chris Clark and Stevie Bejan, they should be towards the NHL pretty soon. Davey?
Yeah, and we're going to welcome back those of you tuned into the Wilkes-Barre area. Welcome back to Harbor Station, where we're sitting with Nelson White, the Communications and read the card here, Team Services Manager, jack of all trades. Some great rumors going around the station today. Of course, I think Stephen Maltby out of the Flames organization started the Super Mario rumor as far as Mario Lemieux coming around. And how'd you make out getting tickets for the Baldwin brothers who are reported in the building?
There's one Baldwin, not brother. There's one a Baldwin in the building. Yes.
Baldwin sighting.
You can count it down to a Baldwin sighting. As for a Mario sighting, Mr. Lemieux has not made an appearance, and I doubt will make an appearance.
Yeah, well, possibly if Wednesday we do see a Game 7, you never know. Mario may make the trip up here. Of course, there'd be a lot of golf courses he could hack his way on to coming up this way. You take him on there, Goder?
Yeah, I'd take him on all right. Carry his bag, maybe.
He'd appreciate that with the sore back.
I'm sure he would. Big, huge crowd here tonight, Nelson. You have to be happy about that. The announced attendance, I didn't quite get it, but it's got to be over 6,500.
6,620.
628, stole my thunder there.
Well, absolutely huge, and a boisterous crowd. You know, we haven't seen this. You weren't around in 97, 98 when the Philadelphia Phantoms were here for games 3, 4, and 5. It was loud, but it certainly wasn't this loud, and you have to really commend the people from St. John coming out in droves and really supporting this team in the playoffs. Of course, previous to that, we had the ticket drive, and you're close to 3,000 season tickets. Do you think it's a turning point for this team?
I'd like to think so. I mean, we gave the fans an opportunity to say they wanted American League hockey in this town, and the entire region responded. People stood up and said, yes, we want to keep the Flames, put their money down and paid for their season tickets, which is wonderful, and now the support we're getting during our Calder Cup drive is wonderful. A crowd like this tonight, this is the largest crowd we've ever had for hockey in Harbor Station, 6,620. The previous record had been 6,613 at the All-Star game a few years ago, so yeah, we're real excited. We're excited, hopefully, for the long term that this franchise is on solid ground now. And
oh, we have a Baldwin sighting in the blue room up there. It's official. It's a Baldwin sighting. Enjoying a beverage, obviously.
And why wouldn't he?
See up there. Obviously, Nelson, pending the last 20 minutes of this game, your job today is just getting started. If the Flames should obviously hold on and capture the Calder Cup tonight, there'll be not only work but enjoyment through the wee hours of the morning. What does this mean, all coming together for the staff that went through the ticket drive, for Nick, the rest of the ownership group? Just a total team effort, the city, everybody. It's just got to feel 110% for you. And what's going to be the first thing you're going to do when the season wraps up?
First thing I'm doing when the season wraps up is hoping to spend a Saturday at home with my daughter. I need some family time. So
haven't had too many of them, have you?
Haven't had too many of them. It has been a total team effort. From everyone, from the ownership on down, through the staff, through the players, through the community groups. Everyone has stepped up and really taken this club to heart. And it's really rewarding to see the club do so well. And hopefully we can top it off here tonight and end on a very, very high note in front of a wonderful packed house.
Fantastic. Enjoy that Saturday morning with a box of cereal and the kids watching cartoons. Anyways, after 20 minutes of play, the St. John Flames leading the Wilkes-Barre Penguins 1-0. We'll be back after this message. And welcome back to Harbor Station. David DeLine along with Steve Ryan here. We want to show you the face of grit and determination. I'll tell you, Don Cherry, if you're looking for something for Rock'em Sock'em, take a look at Steve Beijing. Battle scar
toughest guy
extraordinaire
in professional hockey. This kid is unbelievable. The pounding that he took in Game 4 and 5.
Yeah, and of course we want to welcome you back to the broadcast that we're tuned in the Wilkes-Barre area, where we're going to get ready to head into third period action. Power play being big for the Flames there.
Absolutely,
we talked about
David.
it in the
We knew that.
opening. They score on the power play tally, the first goal. We know how the importance on that is. And on 2 penalty kills, Wilkes-Barre was unable to muster up a shot.
They were good. Martin Brochu made a couple of big saves, but we've talked about the defense core of the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. They're very good, but you have to give credit. Darryl Scoville getting that big goal. So the Flames defense turning it around and jumping into the play, giving them the 1-0 lead.
Here we go, folks. 20 minutes away from Calder Cup country. If the Flames can hold on, up to Andy Campbell.
It's underway. The Flames now less than 20 minutes away. If they can hold on here from a Calder Cup victory. Penguins attack right away, and a shot from a sharp angle ricochets out front to Jason Botterill. And the Flames play it away down into the Penguin zone. Kostopoulos gets to it in behind his net. Murray right on top of him. Stripped it out front. Blocker save. Rich Perron. Sonnenberg moves in behind the Penguins net. Pass up ahead to Kostopoulos on the far side. He tried to look at the Flames will turn it over in the neutral zone. And Kraft over the blue line, but they say he's offside, or at least one of the Penguins was. It was Kraft or Tom Kostopoulos in offside. And 36 seconds into period number 3. First whistle. Final period of regulation. Our first chance to chat with Chris Barton. Period number 3. Most folks here hoping this is the final period of hockey in St. John this season.
Well, everyone is hoping that there, Andy, but you know, one team that isn't is the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. You know they're going to come with everything here in the third period.
And Andrew Ferentz will lead the Penguins in towards the St. John end of the rink. They'll roll that puck in behind Brochu. It'll come up on the near side. Varlamov right back down Wilkes-Barre way, but that's going to roll a little too far for Varlamov's liking. And as Ferentz touches up with 52 seconds gone on the clock, the Flames called on the icing.
Well, you don't want to get into the situation of just trying to hang on to a 1-goal lead. I mean, that could be disastrous. But you can see early on here in the first period, the Penguins have come in early right off the start of the period. Come in with a couple of good scoring opportunities on Martin Brochu. And what do they have to lose? They have nothing to lose. They're going to go home here if they don't win this hockey game. So they know right now they need at least 1 goal for now at this point.
19:08 to go, third period, 1-0 Flames. Face off in the St. John end, won by the Flames. Daniel Tkachuk moves it in behind. Darryl Scoville, the goal scorer here. Get it back after having it go off one of the Penguins. Now into the neutral zone. Cull goes far side. Ferentz works it ahead to Eric Meloche. Meloche has it rolled to the blue line. Penguins are offside, but the Flames have cleared the zone. Brett Cull working back over his own blue line. Sends it far side for Ferentz. Ferentz ahead to Kraft, the 2 former Pittsburgh Penguins. Down here in the American Hockey League, combined to work that puck over the St. John goal line and create an icing situation. This faceoff will come back inside the Wilkes-Barre zone. Shots on goal through 41 minutes and 19 seconds. 29 for the Flames, 11 for the Penguins.
Well, there's a name we haven't heard much. We heard a lot in the first 5 games. And Chris Kelleher, he hasn't really been much of a factor here tonight, Andy. You don't like to say that and hopefully wake him up, but they need him, obviously, to be big.
And Kelleher has the puck in behind his own net, works it around near side boards. Now, Darcy Verreau plays it to the red line. Brendan Buckley working around. Rick Morozica put the brakes on. Puck tipped away by Doug Dowell in behind the Flames net. Mickey Dupont sends it up the near side boards. Royer takes a big hit. Kelleher with a shot bouncing through the front of the goal mouth area. Now a sharp angled shot turned toward the net. And it's played away by Jason Morgan. Flipped ahead, Doug Dowell. And Kelleher's not going to let him get a step on him. Out front, Morgan! Oh, Perron with a huge save. As that puck came to Jason Morgan, I think he was a little surprised to find it there. And certainly Rich Perron with a surprise save there. Now Dennis Bondby crashing along the near side board. Dayton Roy flips the puck high up over the head of a couple of Flames changing. Penguins with it in their own zone. Centering pass. Far in behind Greg Crozier for him to reach it. Now he'll tip it down. Rochute plays it. In behind, taken away. Comes back out front. Roosevelt shooting. Knocked down in front. Bouncing puck to the near side boards. Melikar throws it toward the net. Steered away by the Flames. Rico Fata on his horse. He'll dish it off to Dave Roach. He'll work it into the near side corner. Fata pushing it in behind the net of Rich Perrant. Melikar can't do much with it. Shot up by Roach. Betts comes in. Picks that puck free. Roach moves away. Centering pass. Couldn't get it to Roach, and will roll off the far side boards and out into the neutral zone. Couple of former Quebec Major Junior Leaguers, Alexander Mathieu and Derek Walzer, crash for the puck there. Now bouncing into the neutral zone. Betts tied up by Sonnenberg, able to play that puck to Cull. Sonnenberg is, and now Roosevelt lead pass for Trent Cull. We'll flip it into the Flame zone. And Dave Roach takes over. Checked at it. Jason Botterill working up the far side boards. Long drive in. Toronto will push that into the far corner. Berenson Botterill in that corner. They tie up. Cull comes over to push and shove with Marty Murray. Puck sufficiently tied up. Now it'll squirt free down into the corner. Sonnenberg moves in behind. Plays it off the net to McDonald in the near corner. Jason McDonald sends it to the far side. No Penguin there. Darryl Scoville has it at the red line. He'll lift it up high, and that puck bounces inside Penguins territory. But I think Marty Murray was inside the Penguin zone. Puck bounces away into 16:25 to go third period. 1-0 Flames.
Well, you know, there's a couple opportunities there for the St. John Flames. I mean, they could very easily, Andy, just sit back and maybe try to hang on to the defensive style of game that they play, but also when they do play that type of game, they like to get shots on goal, and they're going to continue to come with the shots on goal. So Rick Perron has got to be sharp. He has been sharp so far here tonight.
Just the one goal has gotten past Rich Perron. Darryl Scoville's goal with 5 seconds left in the second period. Only goal of the hockey game. There's Mickey Dupont rifling a shot in on Perron. He handles that one easy up the far boards. Tkachuk moves it back towards the net. It was wide off the end boards now. Toby Peterson near side. Flipping it to the blue line. Dupont with a shot. And Rich Perron sees that one all the way. Gloves that one down and holds on. 16:09 to go. Third period.
Well, so far in the first 4 minutes, not quite 4 minutes. Really outside of that first opportunity that the Penguins had early on in the period, not much generated on the offensive side. It's tough to generate or tough to score goals when you can't even get into the other team's zone. St. John will take that and run with it.
John, less than 4 minutes to play, have 5 shots on Rich Perron. Time to face off inside the Penguin zone one more time along the near side boards. Royer battles with a couple of Penguins there. Kelleher amongst them. Dowell brings that puck free from the gaggle there. Trying to center for Jason Morgan. Penguins work it up into the neutral zone. Bonby tied up. Morgan comes up with the puck, works it back down into the Penguins' end of the ice. Brendan Buckley shoots it around near side. It's intercepted by Jason Morgan. He'll knock it into that corner on the near side. Verreault chasing it. He'll play it up that near side boards. And Kelleher will punch it out of the zone. Dupont in the middle for Royer. Royer backhands a shot in from the red line. Perrant plays it for Kelleher in behind. Now on the far side, Buckley, lead pass. Intercepted by Rico Fata, held into the zone by the Flames. Now it'll bounce outside the blue line. Alexander Zavakin picks that up, works it forward. Long shot in. It's off the end glass in the corner. Collision in behind. Bonby and Martin came together. Now Rico Fata into the Flames to the blue line. He'll dish it off to Dave Roach. Roach, sharp-angled shot. Perrant able to play that. Fata chases to the near corner. He'll cycle it back in behind Perrant's net. Roosevelt comes to it. Roosevelt will move back up the near side. He'll play it for Melikar. Melikar ahead, looking for Zavakin, but Zavakin was headed for a line change. Martin inside the St. John zone. Roosevelt keeps it in along the far side boards, sends it into the middle where Chris Clark finds it, and he bats it ahead. Roosevelt will find it inside the Penguin zone, play it near side for Melikar. Melikar looking for Eric Lalache. It's beyond his reach, and as Derek Walzer catches up inside St. John territory, that will be icing again for Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. 14:35 to go third period, 1-0. Flames lead Game 6 of the Calder Cup Final here on home hardware. Flames hockey on Country 24. Thank you. Yeah, gotcha. Martin here with you. 14:28 now, the time remaining in this third period. What could be the final period of hockey in the American Hockey League? Flames sporting a 1-goal lead and pressuring a little bit, but playing defensive hockey nonetheless.
Well, yes, they are doing that there to try to get through this last 14 minutes here, but also, you know, they're playing a defensive style that come along with that is shots on goal, and it's unbelievable here after 6 minutes. The Penguins haven't gained nothing.
Greg Crozier brings the Penguins to the red line, but he can't get that puck past Steve Monato on the Flames blue line, and the Flames roll it right down on Rich Perron, and Perron's going to be forced to hold on. Daniel Tkachuk charging in on Rich Perron's goal. Andrew Barron's holding Tkachuk off, but nonetheless, the Penguins forced to hold on. I want to say hello to Nellie Corkum, 96 years young. We are told she never misses a game on the radio, so hello to Nellie. 14:17 the time remaining. Play back underway. The blue line, Steve Monato has a little bit of trouble, and Crozier able to push that puck past him down into the St. John zone. Scoville racing to it. Mathieu trying to tie him up. Puck bounces to the Penguins inside Flames territory. Dylan Geary creates a little havoc there. Now the Flames dump it into the neutral zone. Trent Cull. Rifle it in along the near side boards. It'll roll around to the far side, and the Flames will push it out at the blue line, and as Cull races back to touch up, that'll be icing against the Flames. 13:48 the time remaining in this third period. St. John with a 1-0 lead on the Penguins from Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Pennsylvania. This is Home Hardware Flames hockey on Country 94. Martin here with 13:48 the time remaining in the third period. 1-0 St. John with the lead, and Chris, we've been talking about 6,500 people in this building. We were off by about 120. The attendance tonight, 6,620.
Well, that's outstanding, Andy. Obviously, by far the largest crowd ever to watch a hockey game in this building. You have to go back to a crowd of, I believe it was 6,200 and a few. The year that the All-Star game was here, they had the makeshift bleachers in the corners down here. Tells you how Flames hockey just takes off. You know, hey, everybody loves a winner too. We've got to remember that also.
Flames hockey taking off in late May, no doubt, because late May means you're in the Calder Cup Final, more than likely, and that's where the Flames find themselves up 3 games to 2, and now 13 minutes and 48 seconds in the franchise's first AHL championship. 1-0 St. John with the lead. Face off in the Flames zone, won by Marty Murray. DuPont moves in behind Brochu up the near side boards Clark. They'll flip it into the neutral zone. It'll bounce across the Penguins blue line. Kelleher to it. They'll leave it in the near corner for Brendan Buckley. Clark right on top of him. Able to strip him of the puck, but Buckley ties up the man. And Marcus Sonnenberg comes in and pushes that puck free. Skated to the red line and drive the puck into the far corner of the St. John zone. Rosick to it. Rosick avoids a check of Jason McDonald, and trying to work that puck ahead to Potterville. Has it working into the neutral zone instead. McDonald hustling back. Takes the pocket of Marty Murray, but Murray follows McDonald. Rubs him out along the boards, and then McDonald with a bit of a shot on Murray. Didn't make contact there. Near corner, Kelleher and Fata. Roosevelt comes in, takes that puck, moves it ahead for McDonald. McDonald takes a bump from Blair Betts as he came to the blue line. They'll turn the puck over. Mike Martin will send it back into the Wilkes-Barre zone. Roosevelt turning away from Roach in the corner. Has to avoid Betts. Puck rolls free. It'll roll in behind, and Melikar in the near corner comes forward. Fires it forward for Dennis Bonvy. Mike Martin tips it back toward the red line. It'll bounce free for Darcy Verreau. He turns and heads back down the St. John way. Bonvy upended by Betts. Able to work that puck into the middle, but Derek Walser steers it now in behind the net of Brochu. And tripped up in behind the net is Darcy Verreau. Puck rolls to the far corner. Zavakin and Martin tie up there. Zavakin comes away with the puck. Looking to center, can't. Martin had him tied up. Verreau out front, backhand, loose at the side of the net, and Roach is going to... No, he cannot play it away. Tied up by Darcy Verreau. Bonvy with it in the corner now. Verreau takes over, moves in behind, out front! Oh, Dennis Bonvy. Oh, that Alexander Zavakin missing on the shot there. The Russian has the puck in behind, he falls. Roach tying him up. Comes to Derek Walser in behind the net of Martin Brochu. He realizing that the Flames are under extreme pressure and behind their own net in that far corner, works at the length of the ice, will take the icing now with 11:46 to go in the third. And that line of Zavakin, Barreau, and Bonby, who'd have thought they'd be a factor late in the third period?
Well, they indeed were a factor there on that shift of about 45 seconds, Andy. You know, you got a couple of tough guys, Darcy Barreau, and everybody knows Dennis Bonby. You mix in a little bit of a Russian in there with them, and you come up with an elixir that seemed to work on that shift.
At least for the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. 1-0 Flames lead, 11 minutes and 46 seconds to go in this period. It's the third period, and the Flames looking to make it the final period in the AHL this season. On the neutral zone, Flames pick up the puck to work it forward. It'll roll into the far corner. Kraft is going to chase. Get Steve Bajan to deal with. Down Daniel Kachuk takes over control. But Barons jumped right on top of him and Cull moves the puck out of the Wilkes-Barre zone. Pass for Eric Malash. He'll tip it into the near corner. Monador finds it there. Turns it over, though. Bouncing puck at the side of the Flames. That's steered away by St. John. And now Steve Bajan lifts that puck high up over the red line. It'll bounce across the Wilkes-Barre blue line. Call to it. Lead pass from Barron. Would tip it into the Flame zone. He'll make some changes. Down the Rosen. Touches it past Brendan Buckley. And Chris Kelleher skates to it inside the Wilkes-Barre zone. Alexander Mathieu. This pass into the middle, intercepted by Marty Murray, and the Flames from the red line play it back down into the St. John zone, or into the Wilkes-Barre zone, but it's the St. John Flames called on the offside.
Well, 10:47 to go, as you say, Andy, and now they have the fan noise meter up again. See if the St. John Flames fans can't just take this thing off the map. I haven't seen it go off the map in a lot of years here. Now, with 10 minutes to go, you want to be loud, folks. Make it even more difficult for the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Penguins to come back.
That's the red line, just off center ice, controlled by the Penguins. They'll bring it near side, and Crozier will try to play it forward. He's got Mickey Dupont there, and then Blair Betts comes in, pushes him off the puck. Chris Kelleher plays it to the blue line. Morozic knocks it down, sends it ahead for Fata. Fata down the near side boards. Kelleher back. Fata shot right off the chest protector of Rich Perrott and back out into the middle. Alexander Mathieu will drive it off the near side boards in the corner, trying to work it to Greg Crozier. Flames have it now in the corner. Roach looking out front, trying to sidestep Dylan Geary. Can't. He'll get regained possession of that puck, send it into the far corner. Buckley, Kelleher. Fata crashes there with Buckley. They'll work it out from in behind, will the Penguins. Kelleher to the blue line. Martin stops it there, sends it deep. Far corner, Dowell holds it in. They'll send it to Jason Morgan on the near side. Morgan and Crozier tie up. Now Royer gets in there a little bit too late, and the Penguins clear the zone. 9:45, clock is ticking. Lead pass for looking for Royer. The defenseman almost hit Tom Kostopoulos and gave it away. Dowell up through the neutral zone. Here's Morgan. They'll bring it in over the blue line. Jason Morgan into the middle. Shooting glove save. Rich Perrott. And Gaetan Royer takes a couple of shots from Martin Sonnenberg and then gets plowed from behind. Dowell and Tom Kostopoulos wrestle to the ice. Doug Dowell is a little tentative in wanting to drop those gloves. He's under orders, and the fact that he's playing with a very swollen left hand, keeping Doug Dowell's gloves on right now. Otherwise, we would see just the flying. Gaetan Royer headed to the penalty box. Wouldn't be surprised to see a Penguin not too far behind, and indeed, referee Stefan Auger is making that call.
Well, Gaetan Royer crashing in hard after the loose puck, Andy. You can see it here at home if you're viewing at home. And then the pile and scrum just ensues. You say Tom Kostopoulos is one lucky guy there that Doug Dowell does have a bad paw. Or he might have been eating some of it.
Kostopoulos is the one over by the penalty box as we speak, but now Martin Sonnenberg very tentatively skates over, unwilling to take a seat over there, but Doug Dowell, or check that, Gaetan Royer and Martin Sonnenberg find themselves in the penalty box. 9:34, the time remaining in this period. third period. Flames up by the score of 1-0. This is Home Hardware Flames hockey on Country 94.
Rogers Cable proudly supports Child Find in their search for missing children across the country. If you have information about this child or any other missing child, please contact Child Find at 1-800-387-7962. We watched the...
9:04, the time remaining in this third period. 1-0. Flames lead the hockey game. Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. They lead with now a penalty to kill off as 2-minute show on the penalty clock for Gaetan Royer. So much noise here tonight, we've been unable to hear the penalty call. To lean over, see what the scorer's sheet says, but Tom Kostopoulos in the box, and it looks like Gaetan Royer got the extra 2 minutes, not just for goaltender interference, but roughing as well.
Well, that's indeed, I believe, what it's going to be, Andy, but I don't mind hearing the noise in Harbor Station for a change. We can figure out these penalties later. All we know for sure is St. John's shorthanded. We'll get what the call was here later.
Face-off inside the Wilkes-Barre zone. Milan Kraft and Steve Bejan in the face-off circle. Penguins control. Chris Kelleher will play the puck into that far corner. He crashes with Clark there, able to move the puck ahead to Meloche. Meloche plays it back for Roosevelt. Now ahead to Kraft and Meloche. They play it into the Flame zone. Nicky Dupont first to it off the near side boards. He'll get past Chris Kelleher at the blue line, though. Dupont gets the second chance and is able to dump the puck the length of the ice. Michael Roosevelt played all of last season in the NHL with the Pittsburgh Penguins, played the majority of this season in Wilkes-Barre. He's got something to prove to himself. Puck bouncing right out in front of Mark Ambroseau, and he saw that one coming. Interesting stance in the Flames net, but a wonderful move with the glove to pick up that bouncing puck right in the blue ice of the Flames crease.
Well, I've noticed also there after that bouncing there earlier in the second period where he almost got himself caught again with a bad bounce coming out front. He's staying in the net as these end rounds come in. So I applaud Mark Ambrosiu for that.
Face off inside the St. John end. 8:57, the time remaining. Landcraft ties up Blair Betts. Flames will gain some control here, and Rick Mrozik can't get it by Michael Roosevelt on the blue line. Rico Fata ties up his man on the near side boards. It'll roll to Roosevelt. They'll get it over to Kelleher. A shot. And hits something on the way through and bounces into the near side corner. Fata comes up with the puck. Fata with some speed over the Flames, the blue line. To the red line, a long drive in on Rich Perrant. He'll glove that one down and move it ahead for Roosevelt. Michael Roosevelt comes to the red line. Still with the puck. Played it right out of the stick of Jason Botterill. Botterill dropped it, tried to play it ahead for Murray. Meloche comes up with it at the Penguins blue line. And he'll get it back as he crosses the Flames blue line, but it rolls away from him, and Jason Botterill with a nice backward whack. And that's sent down into the Wilkes-Barre zone where Ferentz comes ahead with it. Andrew Ferentz leading the charge. Drop pass, Greg Crozier shot on. Marcambroseau holds on. Marcambroseau with a bit of a wobbler there, but he just brought that one right into the middle of the body and dropped it into his glove off his chest protector. 8:06 the time remaining in the third period. 31 seconds remains in the penalty to Gaetan Royer.
And that's the first shot on goal for the Penguins here in well over 7 minutes of playing time here, Andy.
How about the entire third period?
Really?
Almost 12 minutes into the third, and the Penguins just getting their first shot on Mark Ambrosiu on the power play, no doubt. 8:06 the time remaining, third period, 1-0 St. John with the lead. Face-off inside the St. John zone. Blair Betts, Darcy Barreau. Betts ties up Barreau. Mike Martin out of that near side corner. Can't clear the zone. Call on the near side board. Into the middle looking for Crozier. It was behind him, actually bounced past him. Now Crozier feeds Ferentz on the blue line. Ferentz looks in. Kelleher, call. Loose puck. Barreau can't get to it. Flames knock it down in the slot. Betts can't find it. It's at his feet. Finally, Derek Walzer does what's necessary and relieves the pressure in the Flame zone as the penalty to Gaetan Royer expires, although he and Sonnenberg remain in the box. Flames back at full strength. Here comes Alexander Mathieu, a long drive in. Bouncing puck to Flames will just push it to the side, and the near side boards call from the blue line. His forward attempt knocked down. Chris Clark going the other way. He's got Roosevelt to beat. Into the middle, bouncing puck, Marty Murray can't steer it into an open net there. Very sharp angled shot, bounces off. Rich Perrant comes to Alexander Mathieu. He'll play it ahead. Dennis Bonvie up the far side board to get to the red line, but his progress is stopped there. Now Clark from the red line. And we just turn that back into the Wilkes-Barre zone. Under 7 minutes to play as the Penguins fire the puck ahead. Mickey Dupont racing into the near side corner of the Flame zone. Bat the puck to the red line, taken over by Melikar. He'll work it far side for Roosevelt. Melikar gets it back and comes up through the middle for Wilkes-Barre. To Toby Peterson. Toby Peterson's shot in. Off the leg of Dupont, bounced right to Sergei Varlamov. And then he's stripped of the puck, and Tom Christopoulos plays it down into the Flame zone. Dupont in behind his net. On the near side boards, he'll pass it ahead for Varlamov. Varlamov kicks it out of the zone. Chris Kelleher races to it inside the Wilkes-Barre zone. Cross ice pass for Brendan Buckley. A long drive in wide of Martin Brochu's net. And in that far corner goes Martin. Martin starts the journey out. Lead pass for Blair Betts. Knocking it ahead, looking for Rico Fata. Picked off by Chris Kelleher. Penguins working the other way. Kelleher, face-off circle, shooting. Blocker save, loose in front. Penguins get to it. Brochu is down and he makes the save. Milan Kraft had Martin Brochu down on his side and the whole top half of the net to shoot at. And he just couldn't get it up. Six minutes, the time remaining in this third period, and the Flames cling to their 1-0 lead.
Well, you knew that the Penguins were going to come with some pressure, Andy. Just it's taking them this long now, as now they have 5 shots on goal in less than a minute. Martin Brochu was there to save the day there in that situation.
Well, if this game continues on like it has been going, Martin Brochu could very well end up star number 1. He has faced just 16 shots, and he has stopped each and every one of them at this point in the hockey game. The Flames, meanwhile, have peppered Rich Perrant with 38 shots. A good deal of them of the quality scoring chance variety. And Darryl Scoville's goal, just 5 seconds to play in the second period, stands the only goal of the hockey game.
Well, it may prove to be an awful big goal of the hockey game here, Andy. Martin Brochu keeps playing the goal that he's playing here in the last minute or so. Nice to hear the fans up and loud. Let's hear you that way for the last 6 minutes. Make it difficult for the Penguins to concentrate some. You know, Martin Brochu is going to have to be on the top of his game now. For the last 5 minutes, pretty desperate. Penguins Hockey Club.
6 minutes away from a Calder Cup victory are the Flames of the city of St. John. And the Flames fans are on their feet, face off inside the Flame zone. Blair Betts will control, working up the near side boards, held to the blue line. Ferentz, his shot dribbles through the legs of Darryl Scoville, but Scoville chases it to the far corner. Now Dave Roach working the puck ahead. Ferentz and Fata, foot race. They'll get to it pretty much simultaneously with Ferentz at the edge there inside the Wilkes-Barre zone. The face-off will come back inside St. John's end of the rink on the icing call.
Well, yet again, something that they're going to have to withstand. You know, they're going to have to get the puck out anytime they sense danger at all. Just fire it down the ice. Take the icing, take the chances that way there. It's not pretty hockey if you're watching it, but in most cases it's effective hockey nonetheless.
5:45. Time remaining in this third period. 1-0. St. John with the lead. Darryl Scoville's goal, the only goal of the hockey game. Marty Murray, Darcy Burrow in the face-off circle to Martin Brochu's left. After getting this one dropped, the puck is down and Flames control. Scoville, the goal scorer, working it to the red line where it's turned over to the Penguins. Turn it right back. Marty Murray chips it ahead, in over the blue line. Jason Botterill chasing to it, couldn't get to it. Roosevelt off the near side. And to Alexander Mathieu in the neutral zone. Set up by Chris Clark, and the Flames have a chance to push this puck forward down the near side boards, but it rolls right to Chris Kelleher. He sends it cross ice, picked off by Scoville. Trying to center for Chris Clark, and Dennis Fonzie got a piece of that as they came back. Now a stick gets up high in the face of Michael Roosevelt. He continues in the action. He'll chase Jason Botterill in the near side corner. Run him into the side of the boards. Chris Clark fights for that puck with Kelleher and Roosevelt. They look up the near side. And now Jason Botterill dumps it deep into the corner. Moreau to it. Moreau up to the far side, ahead for Dennis Fonzie. Fonzie over the red line. And takes the puck away, works one-on-one against Roosevelt. Shot just wide off the end board, loose in the crease, and Rich Perron able to reach back as a streaking Sergei Varlamov almost able to capitalize on the shot off the end board. Rich Perron's glove finding its way on top of that puck in the nick of time as Vera Penguins fan.
Well, Daniel Tkachuk comes over the line and hesitates just slightly with the shot and then lets it go wide. Here you can see Rich Perron just diving back in desperation. Put a mid on that puck, force a face-off now with under 5 minutes to go in the third period.
4:43. Time remaining in the third period. Face-off inside the Wilkes-Barre zone. Daniel Tkachuk wins it back to Mickey Dupont. Across the blue line, shooting! Down in front of the roll to the far corner. Tkachuk will chase. Milan Kraft race all over him. Bejan. That puck in behind the net of Perron. Toby Peterson off the near side boards. He tried to clear it off the skate of Bejan in that far corner one more time. Varlamov can't get to it. Penguins work it ahead to Eric Meloche, and now Milan Kraft plays it out into the neutral zone for Toby Peterson. Peterson to the St. John blue line. Still winging around near corner, far side, rolls up that far side board. Ferens is going to get there to hold it in. Play it into the corner. Pass Meloche. Penguins hold at the blue line. Coe, right onto the stick of Mickey Dupont. Coe will get it back. A blast tipped, and it's just wide. Goes shoot down to play it. Now Beijing tips it out over the blue line and down into Wilkes-Barre territory. There's Meloche racing to it. And that'll be icing as Meloche gets the puck. Actually tripped up on the play. I think a lot of people here thought that icing was going to be waved off as Meloche took his sweet time in trying to get to that puck.
He got to it though, and you know that they're not going to call not wave that off in this situation here. Everything would have to be crawling over the line by a second. You know, you'd have to be right on top of it before them not to call an icing on that situation. Same as a penalty call, albeit the other night we didn't think there'd be any more penalty calls. Mike Hasenfratz decided to call one late against the Penguins, which enabled St. John to hang on to that victory.
3:54 in the third. The time remaining. Daniel Tkachuk check that Blair Betts broken stick off the draw. As the Flames able to push the puck out into the neutral zone. Here's Rico Fadek, clear cut breakaway, in on goal shooting, rebound in front, no! No signal from the referee. Rich Perron down on top of it as Rico Fadek streaked in on net. Rich Perron kind of just sat himself down and lay across that goal line. Legs wide open, and Rico Fadek couldn't do much. Try and get that puck past the Wilkes-Barre goaltender.
Well, Rico Fadek, the puck was on bounce. It was bouncing there when he went to get it, and he didn't really corral it until below the hash marks. And by that time there, he got the shot on goal, and Rich Perron was going down and was just with it. You've seen Dave Roach coming in crashing to try to get the loose garbage that was sitting in front. And the net comes flying off. Penguin actually knocked the net off its mooring. In reality, that could be a penalty.
Referee Stefan Auger was a little hesitant. Waited a while to point to the face-off circle to Perron's right. That is where Jason Morgan positions himself. Awaiting Martin Sonnenberg and the drop of the puck here. They're cleaning up the broken stick of Blair Betts at the other end of the ice. Splinters there off that busted Sherwood. Now, Sonnenberg moves in to challenge Morgan. Face off to Perron's right. 3:42 the time remaining. Penguins win the draw. Joseph Melikar in behind his own net. In the near side corner will roll up for McDonald on the near side board. Sonnenberg into the middle. Here's Kostopoulos. He'll float it into the middle. The only player there is Mike Martin. And he turns it back up the near side boards. It'll come to the blue line. Penguins keep it in. Kostopoulos turns forward in the near corner. Takes a hit from Mike Martin, and they tie it up. Martin kicks it free. Get a stick down on top of it, though. Now Morgan and Walzer takes over in behind Brochu. He'll send it ahead for Royer. Puck at the blue line of the Flames. Plays it up off the far boards. Clarence takes it at the Wilkes-Barre blue line. Comes forward. Kostopoulos, drop pass. They work it into the corner. Monador finds it, sweeps it around near side. Held by Kelleher. Shot to the net off the side of the net. In behind, Monador ties up Jason McDonald. Botterill is there. Kostopoulos comes out of that corner, plays it back to Kelleher on the blue line. A shot wide. Over that far corner up the near far side boards for Ferentz. And now, Derek Walters can escape the Flames to the red line. Kill off some time before dumping the puck in. Kelleher gets to the puck in behind the net of Rich Perron, and there are 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the third period. Monador sends the puck ahead. Roosevelt has it in his own zone. Now Eric Melange brings the Penguins across the red line. His shot forward knocked down by Steve Monador, and Monador lifts it over the Wilkes-Barre blue line. Roosevelt skating to it. That's by Varlamov. Now Kraft in that far corner. He'll send it into the middle for Roosevelt. His progress interrupted by Daniel Tkachuk. Flames dump it in now with 2 minutes to play. 1-0 Flames with the lead and 2 minutes left in the third period. For the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins, this is now overtime. Blair Betts plays the puck off the far board into the Wilkes-Barre zone. Roosevelt fighting for it in behind the net of Perron. Barreau comes to it. Off the far side board for Bonvie, and he punches it out of the Wilkes-Barre zone. DuPont skates to it. Plays it up into the neutral zone, and that's where the Penguins find it. Ferentz ahead to Cull. He sweeps it into the Flame zone one more time. Far board Bonvie. In behind for Barreau. Behind the center for Alexander McHugh. McHugh and DuPont fight for it in the corner now. DuPont up with it. Ferentz knocks it down just inside the blue line. He ties up with Dave Roach. Rico Fata playing it to the blue line, not out. Cull with a drive! Sprawling Martin Brochu. That puck was wide. The net empty at the Penguins' end of the ice. Six attackers on. Puck comes into the neutral zone. 60 seconds to play. The Harbor Station crowd on their feet. At the red line. Penguins try to play it forward. They'll lift it high up over the blue line, over the red line, bouncing puck in the near quarter. Out front. Oh, pitching down. Kraft in front. And now into the middle. They'll get it out over the blue line, and the net has been knocked off its moorings. And they say one of the Penguins dislodged it. That face-off is going to come out over the blue line and may be coming back all the way into Wilkes-Barre territory. 45 seconds separates the city of St. John from its first Calder Cup championship.
Well, Andy, I was in the old LBR the night that the Vitoes won the Allen Cup championship. Believe it or not, I was there as a baby when the Mooseheads won the Hardy Cup. And I'm here again now as a 30-year-old gentleman, young gentleman, I consider myself. And everybody's on their feet in St. John, as you had called it. This is a big night in St. John Flames hockey history, but albeit 45.2 seconds to go, do the little things right, and St. John will have a Calder Cup championship to celebrate here tonight.
There is not one person in the stands here in St. John sitting. Each and every one of them is on their feet in anticipation of the biggest moment in St. John hockey history. Christy talked about the huge moment prior to this, an Allen Cup victory. The trophy symbolic of senior hockey supremacy in this country.
Well, that is
Hardy Cup victory.
And that is all that we ever had here in this town until 8 years ago when the St. John Flames arrived. St. John's been close before. 98 comes to mind. In the finals against Philadelphia, unable to get it done. We're just going to be held up here longer because it looks like a timeout's coming. And definitely a timeout is coming. It's just a matter of who calls it.
There was a long break in the action there. It was not a TV timeout. And now finally, what I thought was maybe the end of a Wilkes-Barre timeout, Glenn Patrick does indeed signal to Stefan Oje that he would like to take his timeout at this point. And really all that serves is another moment for these fans to just rally behind this hockey team.
Well, they want to make sure that they get it right here when the face-off is finally dropped, when the puck is finally dropped, they want to get it right. After that little speech I said before, I just want everybody to realize, yes, there is 45.2 seconds left, and we're speculating at best what might just be here tonight.
There was some question as to whether or not this hockey team would even be here come this point. people of St. John and Southern New Brunswick rallied. The Flames were looking for 2,500 season ticket commitments. The folks here did better than that. 2,719. This team is here for the long term. The Flames are now 45 seconds away from repaying that 2,719 with a Calder Cup victory. Here's Steve Monador throwing the puck towards the empty net, and it'll roll just wide. Jason Botterill skates to it in the far corner. Takes a big bump. Kelleher for the Penguins. To Peterson. Up through the neutral zone. He has to turn back at the red line. 30 seconds to play. Botterill ties up his man. And the Penguins come inside the Flames blue line. Long shot ahead. Stopped at the blue line, at the red line. And Kelleher brings the puck back inside the St. John zone. Chris Clark plays it back into the neutral zone, and Michael Roosevelt has it at the Wilkes-Barre blue line. Ahead to Andrew Ferentz. And there are now fewer than 10 seconds. Marty Murray with the puck in the St. John end. The ghosts of 1998 will be exercised as the puck floats inside the Wilkes-Barre zone, and the game is over. The St. John Flames have won the Calder Cup. Let the celebration begin.
It's unbelievable as what you would call the Black Aces are out on the ice. George Ferguson, Brian Miller, Jamie Druitt, and there's Miko Lomo on top of the net celebrating. As all the boys, the extras come out. This is a great scene here for St. John tonight.
An absolutely magical season. Capped off by the St. John Flames winning the first Calder Cup for a Canadian team since 1993, the second for the province of New Brunswick. Jim Playfair on the ice now. Ron Wilson on the ice now. As the championship after dawn, the celebration focused in and around that area. That is Martin Beauchesne's goal. And the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins dejectedly on knees in front of their bench look on as the Flames celebrate what is the greatest hockey victory in the city of St. John's history. In the 70s, there was the Hardy Cup. In the 90s, there was the Allen Cup. But the Calder Cup is one step up from that and one step below the Stanley Cup. And this city has reached a peak in its hockey history. And it is the St. John Flames Calder Cup victory in the year 2001. A 1-0 victory. Darryl Scoville, the lone goal, 5 seconds from the end of the second period. And what a better place for this to happen.
And our man Kevin Bissett down there trying to wire up Jim Playfair here. Get some comments.
We've got to do a little technical work here to plug in the microphone that will take us to ice level. And I believe that head coach Jim Playfair is standing by at ice level with the headset on and our microphone. And Jim, if you can hear me, it's Andy Campbell up in the broadcast booth. Can you tell me what this feels like for you? You're standing right beside Stu McDonald. Some celebration going on there. Darryl Scoville's goal stands up as the only goal of the hockey game. Did you think this would be a one-goal game? Who's the MVP of this series in your mind? All right, Coach Jim Playfair will let you rejoin the celebration. High five for Stu McDonald, and Jim Playfair, in his first season as coach of the St. John Flames, is victorious. Our Kevin Bissett on ice as we speak, searching out maybe Marty Murray or Steve Bejan. And we can continue our interviews with the victorious hockey team that is the St. John Flames. What an incredible night. The emotion continues to pour out from the Flames and these fans at Harbor Station. And Chris, you're a St. Johner. Describe this for me, if you will.
Oh, it's great here as you see the Flames lining up for the traditional handshakes. Fortunately, this year here on the right end of it compared to 98, but this is a great feeling. I mean, back in the Allen Cup year, the team that was coached by St. John resident Blair Nicholson, a friend of mine and stuff, it was great then, and I mean, it's great right here tonight now, and how couldn't it be, really? I mean, it's for the city, really.
And Marty Murray somewhat fittingly, leading the procession of flames in the handshake with the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins as they go off somewhat dejectedly into the evening. And what a twist there has been to this Calder Cup victory for the Flames. It was 1998. St. John falling in 6 games to the Philadelphia Phantoms. And again this year they come up against a foe from the Keystone State. And this time they are victorious. I understand we have Marty Murray with us at Ice 11. Marty, you're the lone holdover from the team that lost to the Philadelphia Phantoms in 1998. How does the Calder Cup in the year 2001 feel? Marty, talk about what went on in the second intermission after Darryl Scoville's goal late there in the second. What was the message inside the dressing room and what was the feeling?
Defeating the Wilkes-Barre Penguins 1-0. Martin Brochu with the shutout. And of course, Darryl Scoville with the Calder Cup goal. Steve, holy smokes, I can't even sit right now.
As you mentioned, David, this is absolutely huge. The first Canadian team since the Cape Breton Oilers in 1993.
And I'll tell you, the crowd support, as you can hear and see at home, folks, is absolutely phenomenal as the St. John players make their way down the bench to thank some of the assistant training staff and the rest of the St. John organization. Levente Supra, the big goal off the penalty shot in Quebec there. Some of the local St. John media.
Absolutely huge.
Turning
point in
absolutely.
That
Jason Morgan, what a last-minute addition this guy was, taking the Stevie Bejan skate off the neck.
Oh yeah, that line.
Royer,
Morgan, Royer, Dougie Dowell. This is really something else. Martin Brochu getting a big hug from Nick Giargudis, one of the principal owners and the president of the St. John Flames, and everybody is absolutely ecstatic about this, as you would expect. Very, very close in 1998, but this culminates a great year. What a hockey team, the St. John Flames 2000 and 2001 edition.
Thank you very much. First of all, I'd like to congratulate the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins on a great year and a great Calder Cup Final. I'd like to introduce at this time the chairman of the board of the American Hockey League and a member of the Hockey Hall of Fame, Mr. Jack Butterfield. The American Hockey League is proud to present the Butterfield Trophy for the most valuable player to the player who defines the character of this team, number 22, Steve Bejan.
Very good choice, Stevie Bejan, an MVP, receiving the Jack Butterfield Trophy. Jack Butterfield here to present that trophy. The toughest guy, we call it the toughest guy in professional hockey, number 22, Stevie Bejan. Very, very deserved honor.
Steve accepting the most valuable player award. As lobsters are on us tonight as the fans. Anticipation of this. What a warrior. Unbelievable. Black in both eyes, stitches up over the other one. And of course, let's not forget the Calder Cup.
St. John Pro Sports and the ownership group, Craig Button and the Calgary Flames have put this great team in St. John. And you fans, you deserve it. You're the 65th champion in the American Hockey League. Marty.
per tradition, we all know they will take turns in skating around the admiring crowd with the Calder Cup, starting obviously with Captain Marty Murray. We're going to try to follow them as much as we can. And the city of St. John really deserves this championship as the players come around. A sellout card of 6,620 people, a record for hockey in Harbor Station. Celebrate as one as the St. John Flames win their very first Calder Cup championship on Canadian soil. And there you have some of the players on the team skating around with it. The winner with the game-winning goal, Daryl Scoville, number 24. What a game he put in tonight as they all take turns. Chris Clark, one of the assistant captains. What can you say about this guy? Absolutely phenomenal. And what can you say about the fans, folks? An unbelievable showing here tonight. Dougie Dowell, one of the Warriors, hoisting the Calder Cup. Dave Roach, unbelievable physical presence out on the ice tonight. He's wearing it. Nice lid, Dave. Martin Brochu, a phenomenal game with the shutout. An unbelievable playoff run for this man. Aspirations of the Calgary organization, obviously, for next year. What a franchise that's gone through a season ticket drive to keep it here. What can you say about local ownership? Nick Diabrutis, all the local owners of the city of St. John, the general manager, Stu McDonald. We're going to try to grab Daryl Scoville if we can here.
Rounds and on the ice. This is just an absolute historic event. The city of St. John, Calgary Flames, and the St. John Flames organization. You really wouldn't have thought it at the first of the year. You had Derek Walzer, Mickey Dupont, Rick Van Rosick, guys coming in, a really untested defense, and they came in and did the job throughout the year. Some guys having absolute career years. There's Daniel Tkachuk, the 6th overall pick in 1997. And he certainly will someday don the uniform of the Calgary Flames. He had a very, very good playoff, the leading point getter for the Flames against the Wilkes-Barre Penguins in this final round of the Calder Cup. Looks like it is Steve Montador now carrying it, number 3, and there's another guy at the first of the year you would have really thought. Steve Montador, really a career East Coast guy, but really came on and played extremely well. Played physical, but really learned the finer aspects of the game as the season went on, and he certainly will be given a look by Calgary. We're going to send it down to David DeLine down on the ice for wrap up in this game.
We got the shutout. We got his own camera here tonight. Folks, we have Martin Brochu puts the shutout in tonight. Martin, put it into words. What do you feel?
It's a great feeling. It's the greatest feeling in my life. I mean, I told my child 2 months ago. I mean, it's a great feeling. I mean, these guys deserve it so much. We played well. They played so well in front of me all year. I mean, the game tonight showed how much they play well. I mean, Connor made some great save, and I mean, it's a great feeling. I'm so happy for Page too. I mean, he deserved it. He had a great playoff and a lot of puck in the face and a lot of cut in his face. So, I mean, this guy is going to the war every night, and he was one of the leader, and everybody deserves it. I think it's a great effort. I mean, it's a great feeling.
Not bad, becoming a father and winning a Calder Cup all in the same year, right?
It's you know, I can't ask for anything better. I mean, same year, out tonight. It's a great feeling. This team it's all I have, and it was a great year. And it's sad hand, but it's handled on a great way.
Congratulations. Go enjoy yourself. You deserve it. Thanks, Martin. Martin Brochu. There you have Coach Jim Playfair with the Calder Cup. Friends and family around. What a great moment for him. comes the presentation over to Stu McDonald, the Chief Operating Officer of the St. John Flames. Great job by Stu and all the staff. And I'm just waiting to be joined by Jim Playfair, coach of the Flames. Thanks for taking the time out, Jim. Obviously, we know you're a little busy right now. Unbelievable game, unbelievable series. How do you feel?
I'm so happy for these kids. They worked hard all year long. They never quit. They studied with it, and I just think it's a true testament to their age and their character, and that they want to commit to being professional hockey players. It's a great way for a lot of those guys to start their careers, and I'm just real happy for them.
You know, a lot was mentioned about a team 22 as the average age, the youngest team in professional hockey, but this team obviously matured this evening and over the playoff run. And Jim, all I can say is congratulations, enjoy it with the team, and we thank you for taking the time with us.
Thank you very much.
You deserve it. Jim Playfair, phenomenal job as coach of the St. John Flames this year with their first Calder Cup, and we're going to turn it over to allow the team photo. What has become traditional in team sports. And of course, Jim Playfair making sure his children are involved in the photo. What more can you say, folks? A champion is born tonight. A champion is born. The St. John Flames, 2001 Calder Cup champions. I hope you folks are enjoying the extended coverage at home, brought to you by Rogers Television and Flames Hockey, as we have witnessed the Flames capturing their first Calder Cup in franchise history. With the disappointments in Calgary this year not making the playoffs again, this bodes well for the entire Calgary franchise, and as well as St. John Pro Sports Inc. and the fans of the city of St. John and the province of New Brunswick.